shot here. Oh, you gotta get a 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 shot here.
Welcome to the No Shot NBA podcast with Chuck and Duck. And engineer Ben behind the scenes. The No Shots podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. The best beans in the galaxy are the only way to start your morning. Go to dankdelish.com and order some. You won't regret it. You can listen, like, and subscribe to the No Shots podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And listeners, please don't be afraid to send us any questions at noshotspod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. That's noshotspod@gmail.com.
Hey, old man, look at my life.
I'm a lot
like you. Hey, old man.
He doesn't say, hey, old man.
What does he say?
He just says, old man. He doesn't say, hey. That's one of my favorite. I love misquotes like that. Like when Charles said, here comes Johnny. That shit cracked me up. I still quote it like that.
When would I say that?
I don't know.
You said it years ago, but
Really?
yeah.
Here comes Johnny?
I still reference it to this day.
I don't know what you're referencing.
The Shining.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
It's here's Johnny.
Oh.
Charles said, here comes Johnny. I didn't know if you were joking or serious, but either way.
What's the name in the real thing? Johnny?
No, it's
Here's
that he
Johnny.
says, here's Johnny, not here comes Johnny. His name is Johnny.
You're right about that.
Right.
He is Johnny.
You're correct.
I think I was just misnaming this.
Yeah, I debated it for a long time.
I definitely think it was just a missay.
I think so. But that kind of made it even funnier. I don't know
Because
why.
I've only seen that movie like one time. It's been
Right.
on TV a bunch
Here
of times.
That's
comes
totally
Johnny.
fair. But ever since then, I've said it that way.
Yeah, I'd probably say it that way too. I'm not gonna lie.
Here comes
Johnny.
Which that itself was a reference to the Johnny Carson show.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Johnny Carson, man. He's the
You
original.
know, I was
I
just,
don't know.
I bought this.
He's the original
No.
for sure.
Ernie Kovacs, more like.
I just bought a Beach Boys record, and they have a song about how Johnny Carson is like a stand-up guy, and he's great, and and how the networks push him. That's literally what the song is about.
That's so
Interesting.
funny. Is it like a metaphor for their record deal or something?
I have no idea. They're just like at that point, like on so much drugs. It's the melody is like Johnny Carson is a real cool guy. It's like it's so demented. The whole album is like demented, happily demented.
Happily
It's creepy.
demented.
It's kind of creepy how over the top it is.
Interesting.
My new theory about like late Beatles songs has just been hearing them through the eyes of their like dissatisfied band members, and they're sick of the business and their record deal.
In the Beach Boys, the dad sold all their royalties like at a pretty young age. Like they own nothing.
Sucks, man.
To have your own, like, okay, you get gypped by some record label person, like that shit happens, but your own father.
Yeah.
Like Tito Jackson.
Then that
right?
happened to isn't this like happening to Baker Mayfield recently now?
Britney
I don't
Spears.
know.
He's
maybe.
suing his parents. Britney Spears situation was weird.
Yeah. What's that called?
I say you keep all this in, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's just
see.
start this episode.
We'll see,
Just-
yeah. I mean, that's a lot of Ben coughing, but
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I am eating a cough drop as we speak.
Yeah, it's just doing the opposite effect, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a good prelude. All right, I guess you could drop me in, Ben.
All right.
Oh boy. No Shots Podcast. We're back.
it was a long reprieve.
Long reprieve. What episode is this?
Dude, it's like only the 6th episode of this season, I think.
6th of this season.
I don't
What's the
know
episode
what
overall?
the total is.
23.
23.
24? 24.
This is our Kobe episode.
Kobe, 24 like Kobe. All right, let's see what we got. What do we got over here? This episode is called Thots, or Springtime Thoughts.
Springtime thoughts and grab bag.
Or grab bag thoughts, because guess what?
Springtime grab bag thoughts.
Springtime.
Springtime.
Say that fast.
Spring thought
Sprinkle
grab
time,
bag.
grab bag thoughts.
Spring thought grab time bag. Spring thought grab time bag. There you go.
Yep, there you go. All right, let's see what we got.
You know
today.
what? Can I just quick
Interject
interlude?
before we start? Yeah, go ahead.
Our first tangent, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to the races.
You know, Imad the other day was asking me, like, is certain basketball number like the number like they have in football, right? Like 10 apparently is like a huge, like if you wear 10, you're the guy on the
Team,
football
yeah.
team.
Oh, like 4 basketball players?
Yeah, for basketball. And then, which I was like, I can't remember the number that he was talking about, but, and then I was like, well, 23.
23.
And then, but then he started asking me, did I already say Ahmad's my roommate? Yeah, this is my roommate.
You don't have to
roommate.
specify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he was asking me certain players what numbers they wore, and I said, and he asked me about Kobe, and I said, well, he wore 8 and 24, and and Ahmad gave me one of those like side eyes, and I was like, and he was like, why? And I was like, I honestly I don't know. So I don't know if y'all know how do.
Well,
I
does
don't want
anyone
to talk
know?
about. I don't want to talk about the Kobe name change.
Jordan went
at the start of the
from
episode.
2-3 to 4-5, right?
Why he do that?
Because it's a sequence.
That was for like a short amount of time, though.
Right. It was like a later post.
Yeah, and then someone trash
Do you
talked
know
him.
why Kobe's number changed?
I don't want to talk about it though. All right, here we go. This episode, we got to start the episode. We're going to talk about that.
I feel like 0. People who think they're hot shit wear 0s.
That was the number that he said.
0?
No, that he asked about is
Interesting.
0. Like,
Tatum's a 0 guy. Dame is a 0 guy.
Well,
right?
I think Gil popularized it for the younger generation.
oh yeah,
Yeah, don't you think? I feel like I never saw a 0 before Gilbert Arenas.
oh Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
What about the double 0?
I was thinking about
That's brand new,
Kendall
I feel
Gill.
like. Who's Kendall Gill?
Oof.
All right. Can I do the intro?
Yeah, you may.
No. Listen, guys.
Wait, one more tangent.
What?
I'm just kidding.
You got me. All right, what we got? Listen. The maddest month of the year just wrapped up. We got it. The upsets, the favorites, the Cinderella stories, the unsung heroes. Spoiler, it wasn't much Cinderella
I'm
stories.
definitely going to win.
We got the NBA standings. How's it shaping up? Well, the West is a mess, and the East is least. Quick Shots is back, baby. We got a grab bag of topics. We'll run through and share our thoughts quickly. Hopefully. Finally. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but finally, spring training is coming to an end.
It's over.
Stay tuned. MLB predicts. Plus, we got more real teams to assign. All that more on the No Shots podcast. But first, how you guys doing? We already
I'm
talked
good.
for 15 minutes.
I'm super well.
I'm not sick. I'm
so
ill.
well. Yeah.
Young Wheezy. And the F is for forget about it.
Forget about it.
Well,
What's going on?
what's going on? I don't know. Nothing.
What's
is
in the
going on.
news?
Well, we have an injury to report. Like, we haven't reported the injury.
Oh, yeah.
That has
That's
kept us
true.
away from these mics
What
for a
happened
long
to
time.
you?
What happened to me?
Yeah, what happened to you, Chuck?
What happened to you?
By the way, I'm Duck. That's Chuck. And to the right of me,
Oh, I had one. Oh, well.
We're out of practice.
Slippery Buck.
Slippery Buck is what.
Yeah.
It's the place
Yeah,
under.
Real.
Yeah. Big news, listeners. I broke my toe.
Yeah.
Out for the year.
Really sucks when a team loses its third best player.
Out for the year. Hey,
That was a good one.
Hey,
Slippery
listen.
Ben. That's some slippery Ben.
that's a
over
slippery
there.
button. They're getting slippery, what they say. Pretty good one.
Ain't getting stuck here, no, sir.
I'm not getting mad at it. Listen, we'll talk about it. How far is Giannis gonna go without Dame?
What?
It almost happened to us, but of course, I fight through the pain.
Yeah.
I persevere.
I just hope this isn't a whole Kawhi situation. That's what I
where I
don't
keep
want.
getting injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Well, it's
phantom
been like
injury.
I'm telling you guys, my body's been breaking down for the past few years. They refuse to believe it.
Well, you won't load manage yourself. You're always taking these train trips out.
I have load management.
Fixing
I don't play
You're always
basketball every
fixing
time with you guys.
curtains,
You
Right?
do
and
end up playing
such.
basketball.
Yeah, that was the story, listeners. I fell fixing curtains.
Yeah.
Not much of a story. Kind of hilarious.
You know
if
who
think
was
about
behind that curtain? Zaza Pachulia.
it. What?
He was right there.
Zaza.
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
definitely gonna win.
Yeah, that's. It was unfortunate, but we're
Yeah.
back. We're moving.
We're back almost 100%. Yeah,
Almost 100%.
like
Cool.
that. Bounce back like cool.
Did you wear the boot today?
100%.
All right.
Okay, not out of the boot yet, though, folks.
No, but
Boot
pretty
camp.
much the toe looks good. The toe looks good. Quite nice. I'm gonna send feet pics to
You
the
keep
chat
telling
as
us
we
this toe looks
speak.
nice. You're promising us foot pics.
I'll take a foot pic right now on
Oh,
my.
boy, on.
I don't care.
See, I mean, I'm looking at your feet
I don't care.
right now.
I know you'll enjoy it.
Oh boy.
Wow.
See, I won't.
All right. How are you, Ben? You're sick.
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather.
Slippery Ben.
I
More
think
like
the spring
sickly Ben.
allergies get me.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been
Allergies
taking driving
is-
lessons.
Whoa.
big time.
which
I'm
is
driving here.
fun. Yeah. I'm driving here. Beep, beep. Shout out Mr. Dunes.
Oh, Mr. Dunes. Big shout.
Yeah.
We got any more shouts this month?
This month.
I'm not the shout out guy.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Who do you want to shout out?
I have no idea. Just in case, we always forget people. That's why. and I feel like we're doing it again,
Oh,
but
boy.
we'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
been a while, listeners.
Yeah. So we
like,
don't even know what happened.
Well, there's
we
not
don't
there's
even know
too,
what's going
kind of too much to
on.
catch you up on right now.
Yeah.
But Charles has a good screensaver today.
Don't describe
we're not
that.
talking about
The screensaver. Get
We got
outta here.
pictures and screensavers on this pod. Yeah.
Listen, you guys want to just get to the shits?
Yeah.
What else we got? You went to the dentist, Ben. You want to get that story in there?
Oh, you wanted me to tell that story now? Okay.
you
Yeah,
can save
we've
it.
seen the
I'll
records.
tell it now.
We've seen the records. They're
Seen the
on
teeth.
they're on our shared
My
drive.
teeth are on social. Yeah, you
You don't have to tell any
I was going to
story
say, you
if
said
want
foot
to move on.
pics. I said teeth x-rays. We are not the
Yeah,
same.
We're not the same.
No, I don't know. I've just kind of my first time like going to a dentist that not on my parents' insurance. Well, I went to the dentist. The dentist said I need a
Ooh,
root
fancy.
canal.
Yeah.
So I go to Hanson Place Dental. And this is basketball related because
Here we
they're
go.
the official affiliate dentist of the New York Nets. I sent you guys a picture
Oh,
of,
yeah,
Brooklyn,
yeah,
of
yeah.
the plaque there. And, speaking of plaque, but
Yeah, I forgot about the plaque.
all the reviews online were like, this place is horrible. Not like the dentists themselves. They were all like, I was here waiting for like 5 hours.
Long
I was
wait time.
I cleaned my mouth really nicely, and I was prepared to wait like all day, basically. But it only took maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
And so I get in there. They take more X-rays, bring me to another room. Dentist, there's a TV. I'm sitting in the dental chair watching TV, and I see AOC and Bernie doing these rallies where they're like inciting the American people to resist Donald Trump and talking about oligarchy and all this. You know,
Well, we won the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
That is nice.
Seat.
That
That
is-
is nice. It's like the first piece of good news in like 2
Well,
months.
Did you guys see Cory Booker's 24-hour speech?
I didn't. I looked it up after you sent it over. But
It's crazy.
yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna speak until I'm no longer physically capable" on the Senate floor.
So he spoke for 24 hours?
He spoke for, which broke the record of the previous record was held
Wow.
by this like extremely racist senator from the 50s who was railing against civil rights law.
Wow.
So Booker broke the record.
Wow.
Booker went for 24.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
24 like Kobe, like this episode. It all makes sense.
Oh, tying it all together. Anyway, so AOC and Bernie are on the screen. I'm kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool. Mostly just thinking about my root canal, which didn't happen, by the way. I got no dental procedures that day. And the dentist comes in and he's like, AOC, Bernie, what are they talking about? Do you know what communism is? I'm like, what? I was so tired and hungry at this point. I had like no capacity for discussion. And then he starts talking about how like Bernie wants bread. I said, where are you from? He was like, back in my country, we had communism. I said, where are you from? He said, the Soviet Union. And, I was like, okay, fair. So you have a certain perspective on communism. It's funny to hear someone call it the Soviet Union, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just goes on some dry diatribe about how Bernie likes bread lines but he's a millionaire. He lives in Vermont. He's like, you ever been to Vermont? Very nice. It's very nice. It's beautiful. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean,
not wrong.
That's a fair point. Yeah, for sure. And then he talked about some other political topics we don't need to get into. And then he looked at my x-rays and he was like, these are wrong. Your dentist said the wrong tooth. So you have to call your dentist. And we have to sort this out.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
You don't want to get banned from the dentist.
So I dial up my dentist, who I went to before. Nobody picks up at first.
Of course.
He's looking at me, he's like, it's working hours. I'm like, yeah, no shit,
know.
bro. What am I supposed to do about it? Eventually, so then he leaves the room. He's like, I'm like, should I keep trying? He's like, yeah. So he leaves the room, and I eventually get the dentist on the line, and then my guy is gone, the endodont. So I'm like poking my head around, looking around. He finally comes back and like chats with him, and he's like, "So you agree?" But now they have to get it, approved, the new procedure. So
ridiculous.
I left. So it was like a total waste of four. It was ended up probably like 4 hours of my day, just a total waste of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
And as I was leaving, he said, "Good chatting with you."
It's like you did all the chatting,
I didn't say a word.
Of course.
I just sort of nodded and because
God.
we've all seen that Curb episode. Like you don't
Yeah.
want to antagonize a dentist.
No,
It's the last
no,
person
no.
that you want
No,
on your
no.
bad side. If you're in a chair, anybody who's operating on you, really, you want some goodwill from them.
Some goodwill, some good way.
I would think.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway.
All right, that's the dentist story. What you got, Chuck? Anything?
I can't follow that.
You don't have a dentist story of your
No,
own?
I don't. I need to go to the dentist to get a story.
True.
You
Me too.
you should go. 'Cause-
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Listen, this episode's all about the chaos. Chaos. Where you want to go? You want to go March Madness with it?
Maybe we should just
Knock
get
it out?
that,
Yeah,
get
that
that out
seems
of
to
the
be
way.
The maddest
Big thing.
month of the year has passed us.
It's still. Oh yeah, it's April.
It's April. Listen. What you guys got? I mean, I love it. I love March Madness. You guys know my take on it. This year, not many upsets. Kind of boring. I don't know.
Even
what you guys
I knew
got?
that Duke was a favorite.
Yeah, Duke, like
I don't-
Florida, a
I don't
lot of
really
the favorites.
really followed it, but I like those Gators because I like their Gator symbol.
I've
Yeah.
always been a fan of the Gator color scheme.
Oh, yeah.
And the,
It's a good one.
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's Al Horford's team, so
Oh, here we go.
back to back.
Yeah, I wrote nothing for March Madness. What was that game? Texas Tech and was it Alabama that went to OT? That game was amazing.
Texas Tech and
Oh, I gotta look it up right now. So much games in March Madness, you forget.
Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was the one.
85-83, Texas Tech.
In OT. Yeah, that game was great. Texas Tech was like down 20. Just came back.
They won.
Yeah, they won, but they
Texas Tech.
got eliminated like the other day. Texas
Yeah.
Tech, right?
They went down to. They should have beat Florida.
Florida,
but-
yeah.
but
Florida came back
Florida's
on them.
just too good. Mr.
Yep.
Clayton over there just sinking clutch shot.
Is
Yeah.
that what makes Florida good? What kind of player is Clayton?
He's a guard. He's like their little point guard. He's not too little, but yeah, Florida's good because they're just really talented up and down. I think that's like all four teams in the Final Four are
yeah.
like have really deep teams. So I think it's primed to be a really good Final Four. With these, it's all one seeds. Like it went chalk pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, who we got?
There's we got Florida versus Auburn, and we've got
Florida versus
Duke
Auburn.
and Houston.
Duke and Houston.
Florida
Ooh.
versus Auburn and Houston and Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
Ooh,
Duke.
who you got?
I'll take Duke and Auburn. Fuck it.
Duke and Auburn.
I gotta stay mildly loyal
I
to Auburn.
got Florida, Houston.
Florida, Houston.
What you got? How's your bracket?
Well,
looking?
I picked Florida.
Yeah.
Duke. I lost to my dad.
You picked
Ooh.
Florida, dude. Oh, you already lost.
Yeah, well, my dad and I had like a lot of the same picks, so we both have Florida, Duke in the final. But I needed Tennessee to beat Houston the other day. That
And
was
they
the
did.
deciding. They got smacked.
I was here.
Yeah,
But,
I've been enjoying it. I kind of enjoyed the later rounds because just some of the basketball in the first couple rounds is just brutal to watch.
Yeah, that is true.
But I
I
feel
do
like
love the constant number of games.
Yeah,
Just as
no, I think
basketball
that
all
is
day.
fun.
I love that in the early rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. All one seats. What do you
Yeah.
think about it?
It's fun
mean,
to watch those young kids play.
Thoughts?
though.
Yeah. I think
springtime
Duke-
thoughts.
Duke has been one of the funner watches
Yeah.
this entire tournament, just because they have they got kind of 3 lottery picks. We'll see if
See
Knipple
what
gets
happens.
there. Con Knipple.
Knipple.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what is it, Malik or
Yeah,
Malak?
definitely 3
Malachi?
first rounds.
I don't know what his name is. The big guy on Duke.
Yeah, the center.
that guy looks like a pro.
Yeah.
I'm like he looks like Clint Capella, but
Yeah.
bigger.
Were
Yeah.
you calling him Malaki the other night?
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I don't know names. Who you talking? Who you asking?
That was the bar we went to, Malaki's. Remember that?
No. What?
Never mind. After Mickey
Malaki's?
17. It was
Oh, yeah.
It was Malachi's. But yeah, who knows?
Kaman Malak.
Malak.
Where's he from?
He is from South Sudan.
Oh.
Sudan. Okay, South Sudan.
He wasn't on the Olympic team, right?
I think he was. I think he was
that's
because South
crazy.
Sudan they gave
had
us a
they had a
run.
Cinderella run
Yeah.
a little bit in the early going, but still, that was big.
So I don't know. That's kind of interest. That's the interesting stuff about because that team does have like 3 really good freshmen. I mean, they also have some upperclassmen, but all the other teams are much older than they are. So there is a little bit of an experience gap. But I mean, Duke has just smashed everyone. Like what they did to that Alabama team, which I also think was like a Final Four. They were really good
really
too.
good.
It was scary because Alabama just could not. They were taking these threes, but they couldn't. It was just because they could not get into the paint.
Yeah.
Like Duke is so huge with. I mean, you got Cooper,
Flag in
you
the
got
center.
Malak,
Yeah.
and Knipple is like 6'7", 6'8", too. That's pretty big for a college guy. So
Yeah, they're good, man.
they're big, and I don't know. I feel like Houston will struggle to score against them, and Houston on its own right has a very scary defense. So.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun game.
But
I
don't
got
know.
Houston, baby. Pew 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 pew.
You got Houston.
Yeah,
The dark horse.
I had Florida to win it all. I'm kind of rooting. I
me
don't
too.
know, like,
I think I would have Florida. Oh,
but
by the way,
Florida's looked the shakiest out of all the teams. Like they've been pulling shit out of their hats. But I wonder if facing a familiar foe will help them because they beat all the best SEC teams. Like they killed Alabama, they killed
No.
Auburn, Tennessee.
I think
they
Florida's the
ran
best
through
team.
them.
I think Florida's the best team.
But
Sure. But
they're super well rounded. So, and I like their bigs too. But
yeah. All right. Any last thoughts? So we both got Florida winning it all, Chuck.
I'll switch up and I'll take Duke.
What?
Yeah, let's
Get
go,
it,
Cooper.
I'm going Auburn.
Auburn all day, baby.
All day, baby.
All right, you heard it here first.
But
3 different answers, and whoever wins gets decided punishment for the other 2 players. Chaos. All right, let's continue. What do we got, Chuck? Take it over.
what am I taking over here?
Whatever you want. Wherever you want to take us with it.
Whoa. Okay.
We got March Madness done.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Want to just do quick shots? You want to talk a specific thing and try?
well, we can just. I guess we could start. I guess.
Yeah, just okay. Welcome back.
Let's.
This is quick shots.
Let's go through some.
Was it?
I just think some West Jumble maybe to
Springtime
start.
thoughts?
Yeah.
Western conference grab bag because
Let's do it.
as it stands right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder are standing clean in that first seed, and the rest is just a, it's a bunch of
muddle.
It's a muddle, yeah.
It's a whole mess.
It's kind of been like this the past few years,
It
right?
has
like
been. The separation's a little bigger, though.
Ever
Yeah,
since
last year was
remember,
crazy. Like it was like 0.5
Yeah.
the West
games.
has been a mess.
This year, I feel like there's 3 or 4 distinct.
Well, the Rockets are sitting there with 27 losses, and then Denver,
Yeah.
Lakers have 29. The Warriors, who are the 5th seed now because of their victory last night, 31. They've got 31 losses. Memphis is at 32. Minnesota's at 32, Clippers at 32, and then it kind of drops off.
And there's a drop off.
And the 9th and 10th with Mavericks, and then Kings. So Mavericks above the Kings right now.
yeah, but only a 5-game difference between 2 and 8.
Yes, absolutely. So
Yep.
that's kind of where we're starting. And I guess we should probably just start with Memphis, don't you think? Like, they
Yeah.
just fired Taylor Jenkins
Taylor
Latest news of
Jenkins,
the week, for
with
sure.
9 games to go.
crazy.
It has not, sometimes a coach gets fired and the team like goes on a little winning streak,
Yep.
a little
It's
fake
happened.
winning streak, but it's not happening here. They've dropped
And who's coaching them now?
Quite a bit. Some guy. Colin Firth,
I have his
maybe?
name. They've lost
The
4 in a
coach's
row.
speech. Yeah, immediate slide.
A single
I have
coach.
his name. Thomas Lozano.
Thomas
He
Lozano.
was the 2024 Euro Cup Coach of the Year
Big shout
for his
to
work
Thomas
leading
Lozano.
Paris basketball. So he's the interim coach, right? He was the assistant, but in the offseason, they made Taylor Jenkins get rid of all of his assistants and brought in all these new assistants.
So they brought in new assistants for Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a wrinkle I didn't know.
Climate.
There
the
were some warning
GM.
signs.
So it kind of felt like they were kind of out, even though last year was a completely wasted year for them, right?
Yeah.
Like they were just totally injured. You had the whole jaw situation, which is in trouble again after last night.
Did he do finger guns?
It was like a finger machine gun.
This guy could not get his mind off of
Name a
firearms.
better duel.
It was
John
it's a really
Guns.
funny video because he does it, and Draymond is right there, and Draymond was like,
hey,
calls him out.
He did. He pointed to the ref, and he said, "Do you see what he just did?"
Well, come on, Draymond. Being
I
a
know.
tattletale
Right?
is 10 times worse.
But Draymond's a
Oh,
tattletale.
well, yeah, in the game context, he'll do anything. He's like a Chris Paul, but
For
Yeah.
sure.
They
He was
are
going nuts.
since February 7th. They are 16th on offense and 22nd on defense. They're 9 and 15. They were like kind of securely in that 2 seed, and now it's just gone completely south.
Where are they now located?
They are located at this point. They are the 6th seed. They are tied with Minnesota, and Clippers are basically tied. They're just one game in the win column.
and Clippers have the tiebreaker over.
Grizzlies have the tiebreaker over the Timberwolves. They do not have the tiebreaker over the Warriors. So
I think they're gonna keep falling.
these are their next games. Well, they lost
go.
the dub. They're at Miami, who Miami is actually playing well.
Up the upswing.
Yeah.
At Detroit. Detroit's going to need to win that game. Hornets
Okay.
at
Your
Hornets.
boy LaMelo.
Home
be
for
winnable.
Minnesota, at Denver, and then Dallas to finish the season.
Okay, it's not the worst schedule.
No.
There's some tricky ones in there.
For
Tricky
sure.
ones.
For a
Sure.
team that hasn't played, the only they are definitely going to win this game is the Hornets game.
We are, right.
Yeah,
Which
that's-
is the game,
You have to
they
win
might
that
drop,
game.
though. Like,
You
if they drop that, that's a major concern.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. All right. All right. How you got them looking going forward, Ben? Thoughts?
Wait, what do we think about this whole Grizzly? Because it's really a mess. Like no one fires their coach 9 games.
I do
9
find that
games
weird.
left.
One stat I found funny, I think I heard it on the Dunker Spot. Shout
Yeah.
out. Dunker Spot.
Big shout out. They get 5 big booms.
Yeah, maybe they'll give you boom, 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 boom.
boom, boom.
What is that?
Big booms.
Big booms?
It's the Costco guys from
All right,
TikTok.
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. They were like the
Old
game.
heads,
Ja
two
wanted to
old
do more
heads.
pick and rolls, right?
Yeah,
that's
so-
one of the
so let's-
storylines.
yeah.
So the game
Let's break it
before they
down.
fired him, they did 22 pick and rolls, and then the game after they fired him, they had 22 pick and rolls. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Which, it's going to take time to adjust
Yeah.
to a new coach and a new system.
I guess that's why they were saying, well, it's weird though, because they went to this new system, and this was not their system in the past when they
Yeah.
brought all those new coaches in, and yet
Right.
Jenkins ran this new offense that was apparently, brought in with all these new assistant coaches,
Okay.
and now the assistant coach is the one who's in charge.
Right, which makes it feel like it's just a vibe issue. And they're blaming it on the system, which wasn't even created by Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah.
Like they're scapegoating.
Interesting.
I feel
that.
like they kind of felt like he might be out the door at the start of this season. Because why
because
else?
of all those new assistants.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
already like that's.
But why didn't
kinda
they fire
weird.
him back then?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So
because
probably
maybe because
someone-
they have respect for because he's
Yeah.
a good coach.
No,
He is a
Yeah.
good coach.
And maybe there was someone.
But why wait the 9 games? Why not ride
Yeah,
it out?
I don't know.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
someone like Ja was pushing for him to stay, and something soured. Like you got to think there's a guy within the organization who they respect, who changes his mind for some
Well,
reason.
Ja made it seem like it was news to him when he found
but
out.
they
about
always
it.
do
But they
that.
always say that.
They
Yeah,
always- don't they?
Kleiman did
What do you
say
think?
that no player input, but yeah, who
I feel like
knows
they're
about
just
that?
covering their tracks. Yeah.
I think it was Bane.
It's also just hard because how do you get a good grip on this team when like Ja just doesn't play games? Like he's played 46 games this year, I think.
Yeah, well, that's tough. I mean, that's injury.
Load
He's
management.
he's like not consistently on the
available.
floor,
Yeah.
not available.
Yeah.
How do you win games without your best player?
You
I
can't.
don't know.
And they're also starting 2 rookie. They've been starting at least 1 rookie, sometimes 2 rookies this entire year.
Really?
Jalen Wells and Zach Edey.
Edie, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ed.
yeah.
so-
big boy.
Big man.
rookie.
I don't know. It's like they just
Zuck.
sensed something was.
I
Right.
do
Was
like
off.
their team. I just don't feel like
So-
they have a contiguous season like you're
But like,
saying.
yeah. But like, what is this team kind of
So-
going forward? Because like, I don't. There's a bunch of teams that feel like have like OKC. This team was like the 2 seed for like 2 straight years. They had their chest really held high.
The Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they've kind of been passed by the Thunder and the Rockets.
Were you buying them
and-
though as the 2 seed those years?
I didn't, but it was still like this team's the goddamn 2 seed. Like
It was,
it shows
yeah.
a team
Yeah,
that
yeah.
has talent,
Right.
And they do have talent, but now I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, where is this actually going to go? Because your best player doesn't play games. He also just doesn't look the right. When I watch him,
Yeah.
he doesn't look right, and the stats kind of play that out because, I mean, he's having one of his worst season in a while. Like, is this the worst field goal percentage of his career this year?
Mm-hmm.
Second worst 3-point percentage at 28%. Like, I thought the shooting was getting better, and it feels like, I don't know, just you had the weird stuff about him not wanting to dunk and preserve his body, and he's gone through some injuries and. I don't know. He doesn't seem as electric anymore. I don't know, but
well, his play style doesn't exactly lend itself to durability.
no. And this
No.
team has completely lost its defensive identity. That's the bigger thing because I think that's
Yeah.
what made them really good in those years. Is like you could always. They're kind of like the Rocket. They were kind of like the Rockets of this year, but with a better star.
Yeah. Well, what did they used to have? Steven Adams.
Steven.
Who else were their
I think
bigs?
it's the Brooks. Honestly, if you look back
Dylan
at that
Brooks?
Dylan,
Yeah.
losing
Oh,
Dylan
yeah.
Brooks, who
I said it back in the day.
who they pushed out the door.
Right.
Like they
Yeah.
said
It
we're
was
not.
really bad in
They
that
made
playoffs,
a
right?
report that we're not having you back. Like
regardless of what happens.
yeah. Which I think is you look at it now. Brooks has become a better shooter, and
he's
an
a better team.
awesome defender, and he's So
Interesting.
it feels like they've lost some identity that was theirs, and I just don't really know how they're gonna I don't know how they recapture it because this whole thing seems to be souring like really fast for what was thought to be one of the best upcoming teams in the league.
Yeah. To be fair, we said the same thing about like the Kings and the Pacers have kind of rounded that corner, whereas
but-
the Kings have not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But neither of those teams was the the two seed in what is traditionally always a tough West. And this it's not just 1 year. Like the Kings were the 3 seed. It was 2 years in a row.
Yeah, they looked solid. It's true. I still think they have good foundational pieces in there that could be something.
I don't know. I just think the situation is a mess. I think they've been passed by a bunch of teams. I don't know. I kind of feel like this thing might implode, especially if Ja just can't get his shit together. And I'm not speaking in any off the court stuff. I'm talking about just the on the court stuff. Like you can't have your best player not playing games. Yeah, like it's a real, and it's not always like it's not like an incident. Like Brunson goes down. Okay, he's gonna be out like what 3 weeks a month with because he had a bad ankle injury.
About Brunson.
But that's just a thing that's just the one incident that happened. Like Brunson plays all the time, but like Ja, it's like he's out for mysterious reasons. It's the hamstring,
load management.
Then it's the back. Then it's the shoulder. He's talked about his shoulder. Yeah, weird load management injuries. Not playing back to backs. Like this guy is. I don't know how old he is. He can't be more than 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy is already kind of being treated like he's like Kawhi Leonard. And that's scary to me because, the thought was this guy was going to turn into one of the premier players in the league. You can debate, a lot of people said that. You can debate how much,
he is 25, by the way.
Okay, nice. Good on me.
He'll be 26 this year.
Okay, you can debate, like, okay, maybe he didn't have the high ceiling of someone else that, another player, like, but, the thought was, he'd keep getting better and better and better, and the team would sort of progress to maybe an actual title contender status, even if they weren't when we were looking at them at like the 2 seed.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I think more teams with high potential just fade out than
that is true. Only one team wins every year.
Like Derrick Rose.
But right? I feel like they're still this. I feel like maybe this year they're out, but I feel like they still could just get a piece that could fill whatever void they have right now.
Do you think
unless Josh just going to get worse? But I mean, that's interesting. I didn't think he was.
Okay, here's an impromptu little game.
You're saying you're in on more of these teams than you're just kind of out
like
on the Grizzlies.
Future outlook.
I'm with you there.
That's what I was going to play.
I'm with you there.
Let's go through it. Who do you think has a better future in front of them? All right, Thunder.
Yes.
The Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an interesting one. What about the Rockets?
Yes.
Whose future you like better?
I like the Rockets right now for sure.
I kind of like it too.
And,
Okay.
Jabari Smith.
Okay.
Easy.
What about the Nuggets?
I don't know about the Nuggets. Well, they have the best player.
We'll get to that next.
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing.
It's an interesting. It's just if their management continues to be this way.
We'll get to it.
But
who else we got?
I don't know.
They still have the best player in the world, and he's still at a really good age. So
So
I
probably
think they're more likely to contend, especially in the near future, for sure.
Yeah, okay. In the near future.
What about the Lakers? I like the Lakers' future better.
I like the Lakers' future better as well.
Just having Luka Doncic on their team, it's LA. Now you got a star.
Yeah,
LeBron might not be there, but they're good. I'm worried about them next year. All right, Warriors. You might take the Grizzlies over the Warriors.
Yeah, you definitely do.
I think so.
I think just because it feels
talent,
like
it's on the precipice of being nothing.
Yeah.
So
okay, Timberwolves. I'm kind of in on the Timberwolves.
I'm kind of in on the Timberwolves.
Got Ant on the. Ant plays games and he's
over
Ant is the guy that Ja was supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. We're taking him over the Clippers, I'd assume, and the Mavericks and the Kings, right?
Yeah.
And the Suns.
Yeah. So we're still taking them over half the West.
But would you take them over the Spurs?
No, well, no. Well, it depends. How far in the future are we talking? We're taking the next 2 years.
I would say like 2 to 5.
2 to 5. Well, I'm definitely not taking them in the Spurs in like 3 years, but in 2 years I might.
I would rather have the Spurs for the
2 to 5. Yeah,
probably 3 out of the 5 years. I might want the Spurs, not the next 2. But
exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like they're like 6th or 7th on the potential list there in the West. Like I just think
it's not bad though.
It's not bad, but if we turned back the clock,
they were like 1 or 2
2 years ago. They're at least in the 3-4 range which is a big difference.
Yeah, but so are the Suns.
Yeah, but they've disbanded. What's your point there, Ben?
Things change.
Were the
all
Suns in
time.
there?
I know,
Couple
but
years
I'm
ago?
just saying it. What? I think so.
Oh,
You got Booker.
with Bridges and them.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you got a good point.
That's what bad management will do to you. So, but I'm just saying it's still kind of surprising when teams just fall off a cliff. And I'm just wondering, this could be the start of the cliff.
It could be. I'm with you there. It very much could be. But
So some warning signs.
they could just
out
get
there.
like a random like Bruce Brown type player and just
Maybe. I
just
do
be a
think
huge plug
the
in.
weird thing is I think Jaren
and then have a
Jackson
good
Jr.
one really
is
good year. I feel like
the weird thing, and this is
Yeah.
the big problem, is Jaren Jackson Jr. is actually the best player on the team right now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He is.
Speak
He
to
is. He's
King.
been awesome this year.
He's been amazing.
All right.
All right, let's move on.
All right,
we're
here-
supposed to do this quickly, by the way. Let me remind you guys.
All right, here is another one. Okay, if we spoke of this team earlier, if the Nuggets don't make it out of the first round, are you shocked, mildly surprised, or not surprised at all?
I'd be annoyed.
Wait, what?
If the Nuggets don't make it out of the first round this year, are you shocked,
Yeah.
mildly surprised, or not surprised at all?
What seed are they?
That's what I'm gonna look
Because
at.
now we're like,
They are the third
got it.
seed at the moment, basically tied with the Lakers.
They'd be playing the Grizzlies right now, as the standings are.
There's the thing. I think the Grizzlies
Grizzlies
might just
fall.
not make the playoffs
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you think they'd be like the Timberwolves or the Clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What?
I think they're losing.
I'll be surprised.
I think they're losing.
What's the
first
three
round
options
matchup
again?
with-
Surprised, not surprised.
Shocked, mildly surprised, or not surprised?
I'll be mild. I'll go mild.
mildly surprised.
I'll go
What about you,
mild
Ben? What do you think?
surprise.
I mean, depending on who they play, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Well, the
trust
Timberwolves are
them.
different this year, so I don't trust them either.
I don't trust the T-Wolves either.
I mean, I didn't really trust
They've
them
been
last
kind
year,
of better
but-
these past few months, right?
Okay.
Sure.
The Timberwolves have the Nugs number.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though.
They're like
Yeah.
including the playoff series last year. They've won 6 straight against them.
Yeah.
And last night's game
night was ridiculous,
crazy.
right? The double overtime, Russell
Yep.
Westbrook fumble.
Oh my god.
That's just
Shout out
Okay,
Brody.
but this is
Love
what does he
Brody.
do? Like okay,
It'd be cool
so-
to get Westbrook v. Harden, though. If they played,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so here's this team. They're 10-10 in their last 20 games. They have
Yeah.
the 23rd ranked defense since the All-Star break. The spacing on this team is horrific. It's horrific. They're throwing out Hunter Tyson, Russell Westbrook, Aaron Gordon, Peyton Watson, Zeke Naji. They only got 3 good shooters on the team, and they've got like one. Braun is
really
is
bad.
good. He's okay, right?
Yeah.
You're just like that Lakers game against them where they
Mm-hmm.
just pack the paint. That's really scary to me, and it's really scary that it worked because like Nikola and Murray are just gonna have to do so much. And
Yeah.
the defense is just the defense is because they still post good offensive numbers, but the defense is scary. They can't stay in front of anyone and they can't defend the rim. So it's just like a bloodbath. I don't know.
So answer your question.
I'm not surprised at all because if they draw the Timberwolves, I think the Timberwolves are beating them.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think if Kawhi
That's
is
a if.
healthy, I think the Clippers have a good chance of beating them.
Still remembers that bubble run.
And if
Okay.
for some reason Denver drops to the 4 and they have to play the Warriors, that's like a toss
That's
up
a
to me,
toss-up,
man.
Yeah.
Even the Lakers, I would be kind of concerned about. That's
Yeah.
that's way too many teams to be concerned about for this team.
There's no team that I
Valid.
feel like, they'll be good.
That's valid.
Maybe the Grizzlies.
The Rockets.
I don't want to see them play the Rockets either.
But the Rockets are really
They
gonna.
fall to-
I don't trust the Rockets at
You
all.
don't trust the Rockets. Yeah,
No.
maybe the Nuggets with their experience would take down the Rockets. But, with the defensive grit, I think they could still pull out
I
4
think they could beat
games.
the Grizzlies too, if the Grizzlies stay there somehow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
So color me a little shocked.
So mildly surprised.
Mildly surprised.
Okay. And Ben, you have.
Not surprised.
Not terribly surprised.
You guys both
Okay.
were doubled up.
right.
Double up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because it just doesn't look good. It really hasn't looked good in a while.
All right. Any more?
Okay.
Playoff. We should just call this segment playoff outlook.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of what it is. All right. Who would you pick the Rockets against anyone?
No, probably not. Unfortunately,
Not really. They just
I'm
haven't-
all in on those Rockets
They
teams.
just
Don't get
haven't
me
been
wrong.
there
Yeah,
yet this year. They could make it a really
Yeah.
fun 7-game series.
I got them against maybe the Grizzlies.
Maybe the Grizzlies?
Yeah,
Okay.
even though I just defended the Grizzlies.
The
I think the
Suns.
Grizzlies, I
Yeah.
could see the Grizzlies. And Suns and Mavs, I'm kind of taking.
Yeah,
I don't.
same.
I just don't think
I got them against the
play.
play-in
How-
teams.
The
Basically.
Mavs, are they won 4 or 5 straight?
They're feisty.
Well, we'll get to them.
They're feisty.
We'll get to them.
Let's see here.
right.
If the Thunder lose in the Western Conference playoffs, they will lose to
Thoughts?
The Clippers.
the Clippers.
Um,
Why the Clippers, Ben?
No. Because they wouldn't be ready,
They wouldn't be
the
ready.
Thunder.
Clippers. That's fun.
I like it.
I like the Clippers
because they play really
That's a
tough
hot take.
defense. It would
Tough
just
defense.
be like a slugfest.
Yeah,
They'll
Yeah.
jam it up.
It really
tight
would.
game.
But they have the size and the the wing length, and they kind of have the right kind of team. I'm not sure the offense is quite good enough to do it.
It depends, of course,
and
if Kawhi's
and it
healthy
takes a Kawhi-gasm.
a Kawhi-gasm and a Harden-gasm occasionally.
I know. Isn't it funny? Because I
Yeah.
do think the Clippers' ceiling is like the conference finals.
Yeah,
sure.
I do too.
Because if Kawhi is healthy, and it's really kind of scary to say that with just Harden being the second scorer on the team.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah.
I like Zubats inside punishing.
Well, that's what I think is the
Chet.
other. Norm Powell has been awesome.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
almost their second best scorer. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like a fully healthy, clicking Clippers team, sure. I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah, that's my pick.
yeah.
I think the Thunder can beat anyone on a given night, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
at the
just
moment,
tough.
I just have them beating everyone at the moment.
Everyone?
But pretty much all these teams in the West. I'll keep it to the West.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay, but if you had to
Because
pick
that's
a team,
what we're talking about. But if I had to, gun to my head, I'm going to go
You can say Warriors.
I want to say Warriors. I want to say T-Wolves,
I
but
kind of like the T-Wolves pick too. I'm high on the T-Wolves right now.
those would be my top three: Clippers, T-Wolves, Warriors. Right now, I just don't see anyone else
Yeah.
beating them in the West.
Yeah.
Also, I don't. I see them beating all the three of those teams.
I
as well.
kind of
No,
do too.
yeah, me too.
I'm picking them to make
But
the
if I had to
finals.
pick, yeah, same. All right.
Yeah, by the way,
What else we got?
Go read
Oh.
Charles Finn on Substack.com
No.
for extra
Save it for the
in-depth
blog.
basketball
Save it for the
dives.
blog.
All the talking he doesn't get to do on the No Shots
Yeah.
podcast. It's good stuff, ladies and gents.
It's all right.
Stunning endorsement from Danny.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this one,
Check
tastes
that
like
out.
milk.
Don't stop looking at the screensaver.
Yeah.
Stop getting distracted by the screensaver. They're trying to do quick
Okay.
West shots.
Quick draw.
All right. Who would you have?
Withdraw.
Who's got the higher ceiling? Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors.
This year,
Yeah, this year.
They're all even to me. I'll go Dubs.
I'm also gonna go Dubs.
I'll go Dubs the slight edge. I feel like if
I still don't
I don't
like
know.
some of their surrounding pieces. Just like I don't like any of these teams'
Yeah.
surrounding pieces. Really, I'm gonna go Lakers.
you would, you're the
they-
biggest Lakers fan. I
If
know.
they do not draw OKC, I think
Lakers,
they could make the
I'm
Western
not mad at
Conference
that.
final.
I'm not
Was
mad.
it Lakers, Dubs, and
Nugs.
and Nugs?
Yeah, Nugs,
Oh,
baby.
Wow, we're down on the Nugs, huh?
No, you're down the Nuggets. I love them.
I would be really scared of the Lakers in a first round series because they have those 3 days off between games. LeBron just
LeBron will be playing
in the
Oh, healthy.
in the rejuvenation
Come on.
tank.
Oh, you know he's
coming
gonna
out
be-
really
You know, he's gonna be
Goku,
Goku, yeah.
Goku.
with some Linkin Park edit
Yeah.
over it.
So, and it gives Luca more time to rest. Those two guys are really scary.
it.
And then Austin Reeves,
You know it.
too.
Oh.
They can score.
Come on,
They're
who's
going to
the-
be able to score.
Who's the best third option in the league? Come on, gotta give it to
I don't
him.
know, man.
Derek White?
It's my guy Austin.
Mobley?
Yeah, probably Mobley.
I like Mobley or
Pure bucket getter though.
whoever.
Not all around
Bradley
player.
Beal?
No. Nope.
Come on, man.
Desmond Bain?
He's got to be behind the white boy, baby.
What?
Who's the best third option in terms of bucket getting in the league?
Obi Toppin?
Obi dropping the ball, more like.
Well, we wish it was Mikal Bridges, didn't we, over here?
Who's we? Who is we?
I think all of us.
Not me.
I think
our
all
third
of us.
option is OG Anunoby.
I think it's Randall.
Randall's a
He's
third option.
He's a
two.
two.
He's
He's
the
a second
second
option.
Don't even talk to me with
Kyle
this mess.
Kuzma.
Come on, none of these guys are pure bucket getters like my boy Reeves is.
Yeah.
You gotta admit.
Yeah. Tyrese Maxey.
Sure. You consider him third option over there? More like the first option.
Yeah, I know. The only option on the court.
The only
Well, it would be
one.
Terrence
there's-
Mann, right?
well, the second option
I mean, not
this year
Terrence
for
Mann.
like a month
Oh my
was
God.
your boy. Yeah.
Norm Powell.
Okay.
They got Norm Powell.
That's a third option.
Oh, yeah, I like Norm. No,
Yeah, not
no,
better than
I agree.
Reeves.
Reeves is really good, awesome scorer. He can initiate a bunch of offense. So.
Yeah,
For sure.
Okay.
That was a fun
All right.
exercise. Quick, brought to you by Quick Shots.
One more. Any chance Kings, Suns, or Mavs actually gets into the field and through the play-in?
King Suns. What?
Mavs. Any chance any of these teams?
Well, one of them has to get in, right?
to the actual playoffs? No,
Oh,
no.
to
I
the
mean the
act-
actual playoffs, like through the play-in.
To be the eighth and seventh
It would have
seed?
to be the 8th seed. There no
Oh,
one
I
necessarily
see.
is catching.
King
So
Suns
they
and
would have to
Mavs.
beat the Grizzlies or the Clippers or the
Clippers or
Timberwolves
T-Wolves,
or maybe if
the
the Warriors.
Dubs.
Yeah, it has to be probably one of those four teams. I'm going to go with there's a shot because if the Grizzlies drop all the way down, I don't know. I think either a Mavs or a Kings. I don't think the Suns have a chance.
No.
The team is
Interesting.
decrepit.
I like a little
No, Suns don't have a
Mavs spurt though. An energized AD.
Well, they're coming
Gafford
for
just
it.
came back. Yeah,
Give me Iguodala.
any day.
No, I'll take the Portland Trailblazers,
I
baby.
like it. I like the pick.
I guess they're not limited yet.
No, they're
No,
taking-
sure. There's a chance. I'll give it 5%. I'll give it a 10% chance.
I'll give it a
All right.
20%.
No percentage
All right.
action.
Anyone else have any West?
Well, let's see. Let's double down on some. I think I have some West. What you got, Ben? You want to throw one out there on the West?
Is Derek Jones Jr. an underrated role player?
Bringing the hard-hitting question. I do think he's
Yeah,
really,
I
he's
think
really
so.
good in his role.
I do think he's
He
an
is good in
underrated
his
role player.
right? Yeah, I love his defense.
love
you
him.
know.
Yeah. I mean, I just
He robbed Aaron Gordon at that dunk contest.
he's not
No.
gonna be
forever a villain there.
The problem is I just don't see him on like a championship team
And the-
squad kind of
yeah.
role player.
Sure, yeah.
He just because
Maybe as a
he's
second,
conference final
a
role
second
player.
string
for
guy.
sure.
Like
I just
for
don't-
coming in to replace somebody.
I think he's like on a real championship team. He's like an 8th or 9th man.
Yeah.
It's like a really good
That's what-
8th or
yeah.
9th man.
Yeah.
But like when you ask him to be the 6th or the 7th guy, it's kind of a rough.
It might be a
the
little
playoff
well,
team.
We saw him in,
We saw him in the
last year's
finals.
playoffs.
Kind of
yeah.
get
When?
like it was too big.
against the Celtics, and you took
Yeah.
away his corner threes. So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what I mean. He's just a little too limited
little
on the
limited.
offensive end,
Yeah.
but the defense is great. I mean, it's fantastic.
no, it'd be
Yeah.
a nice luxury to bring him in like in a late in a series, maybe when you need fresh legs. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you.
All right, Danny, that was Ben's question.
That was my quick shot.
All right, I got some. Are the Mavs cursed? Did they curse themselves by trading Luka? Nico
Yes,
Harry?
yes, I believe so.
Nico do
You
some
just-
witchcraft.
You just can't do something like that and expect things to go well for like that is it is a curse-ish move
Yeah.
to make. It's
Yeah.
it's a dance with the devil if I
You're like, oh, I'm gonna.
say so.
Everybody's gonna see what a genius I am.
And they keep
Everyone's
talking
a
about like
genius.
Kobe Bryant, and no, they don't ever talk about Dirk Nowitzki. And the owner has knows
Yeah.
nothing about basketball.
Yeah.
The
Did you
guy,
see the
not
clip?
whoever the governor of the guy is. I can't
Oh.
remember his name, but he has some really off. They need to just stop talking. They need to stop talking.
yeah.
Can you guys think of a trade that was panned that actually worked out like this?
First of all, I don't think there's any historical equivalent to,
I
to
know
this.
this trade is. I know this is an
Yeah.
extreme.
The other
example.
historical equivalents are the Lakers getting Kareem and Wilt. Those are the other two.
I know, but I think like
it's just Lakers winning
they
the
kinda
best
felt
player in
like
the league.
Kareem
basically.
was out though. Like yeah, there are Laker comparatives of them
Yeah.
getting the best player, just not like out of the complete blue. Like
Oh
this.
yeah. No, yeah.
But I mean a team
and a
that,
total backstab. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
a back. Kareem wasn't a backstab.
No. Kareem and Will kind of
wanted
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
No, but I mean, like, it was supposed to be bad, but it ended up like the Mavs. And it worked out for that team.
It's much smaller scale trades that we will have to compare that, like a scenario to that. So not really.
I don't have one.
No, not of that magnitude.
You never
Be
win
involved.
You never win a trade when you give up the best player in the trade. That's just the truth of the matter. Is you will never win one, and then to not get, enough, even 75 cents on the dollar for it is just even more brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for the reasons that they did, like, our guy, this guy, we don't trust him to stay healthy. We don't trust his body.
I carry
To
the
then
weight like I'm Luka
trade
Doncic.
a guy to trade for a guy who also immediately gets injured and just is out and has constant injury problems himself.
Don't play in the G
who
League
is
to rehab,
who
I
is
think.
6 years older. I'm just
Listen,
it's just brutal.
No
It's like
first.
a horrible.
Like, yeah, the example of those trades, Ben, all in basketball and the NBA, all have to do with a team trading a star for first round picks, and it just happened they get like studs a couple years later in the draft. Like, in terms of just 1-for-1 players, like, because they didn't get any picks, the Mavs. So it's not like, at least they have like 4 picks.
Yeah, no.
They might get the Lakers whole tank job for a year or two and get lucky, right?
Yeah.
Because like the examples of that in basketball is like the Celtics getting all the Tatum and Brown and all those picks. Mm-hmm. What was the Kyrie trade with the Clippers? The Clippers just gave them a pick for no reason, ended up being Kyrie. Stuff like that.
The Paul George to the Thunder trade.
Yeah.
But that was like a team getting
one of the best examples.
Yeah, you gotta get
of
that
the kind of win-win.
If you're trading
trades.
an awesome player, you better get a generational return. Like in that case, the Thunder actually got the best player in the deal, which is crazy, and the picks.
Yeah.
But no one could have ever foreseen that ever happening.
Yeah.
But like you tend to lose out. Like when the Spurs traded Kawhi, they lost. They lost the trade.
Again, they were sort of forced.
Yeah.
They sort of
Yeah.
forced their hand
But
in that
you-
situation. It's just funny because Nico Harrison is playing it like this is what he wants exactly.
Yeah,
what he
well,
wanted.
he's planning to just not be the GM in 4 years. That because they're gonna kick. He's gonna get
It's
fired.
it's
it's gonna
not
happen.
in a couple
This team
years, he's gonna-
has a. I mean, basically, the Kyrie injury kind of kills them next year.
Yeah.
Like
They're
tore his
done.
ACL. They're done next year. They have
They're
no
done.
shot next year. And then now AD is all of a sudden 33 years old, and Kyrie is
Injury prone.
35.
Got two injury prone
This is gonna get real bad really fast.
It's gonna get ugly.
And they got no picks. They don't have a lot of their picks going forward.
Nope.
They're cursed. They're cursed. What you got, Ben? Any more West?
I'm good.
All right, I got some. Are the Lakers contenders or pretenders? I wrote down. We already talked about it. Let's move on.
I'm not calling them contenders.
I just think
Fair enough.
why
Are you calling them pretenders?
Maybe not next year, but yeah.
Comprenders?
Maybe. No, I'm talking about this year. Right now.
I think they are, like I said, I think they are dangerous.
Yeah.
I think you've seen lately the defense is just what they were doing defensively because they were awesome on defense for a while there. I just don't think it's sustainable without a big and with playing Luka, LeBron, and Reeves out there.
Yeah.
Like they can't stay in front of people. They're not a very good rebounding team.
Teams are going to exploit their weaknesses, and LeBron's not going to be at that level.
Like at for the last month and a half, they're 17th in defense and 19th in offense. They're somehow in 13 and 8 because they're going to win close games. But I just think they don't create turnovers. They foul a bunch. It's kind of like that's why their defense is being compromised all the time, and it can be compromised. But I do think there are certain teams I think they are going to be a tough matchup for. Though,
So you have them being contenders.
I think they are contenders, but I do think that
Contenders?
I think Oklahoma City is just a really bad matchup for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
Too quick, too fast, too big. I mean, they're like that for everyone, but I don't like not having the size. But
Yeah,
again, they've
but again-
got experience,
Yeah.
and they're awesome in the Luka minutes.
Couldn't beat the Nets though.
No, I
True.
mean that's the thing. If they're going to win a series, it probably will be in like 7 because
Yeah.
they're just not going to have it some games.
No, yeah, they're not.
No, I can see them
You wanna-
escaping the first round or maybe even a surprise second, but I don't think
Yeah,
any farther.
I think they're conference finalist contenders.
yeah,
Yeah.
contenders.
Yeah, they can tend.
They got a big game against the
You
Dubs.
wanna-
I think it might be tomorrow. I think that's a big game. The No Shots podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. Whether you need a jolt on the way to the office or in relax mode in the afternoon, Dank Delish Coffee is the only quality bag of Colombian home roasted beans that hits the spot just right. Roasted locally in Queens, New York, you can find Dank Delish coffee beans at dankdelish.com and have their deliciousness shipped right to your lovely abode. Start your morning with a cup of Delish. Why not?
You want to tell your Nets Lakers story? I just no matter what Charles said there, I was gonna do that.
okay.
It's not. I don't have a big story from that
Ooh,
game.
you saw
The Lakers came into town. They were on their little win streak, like with
Yeah, with
Luka,
Luka.
LeBron playing great defense, all that. And Luka did get some steals. It looked like it was going to be a blowout in the first quarter. Gabe Vincent was hitting shots, and then basically nobody else. I
Gabe
feel like
Vincent is back.
he's back, baby.
He's spicy,
Playoff
spicy
performer.
Vincent.
Spicy V
Yeah, baby.
or G.
I don't like that as much.
But then I felt like the Nets just decided to be physical and scrappy and sort of just out hustled them.
Yeah.
Big win for
It
the
wasn't a
Nets.
pretty game.
Big win
That's
for
for
the
sure.
Nets.
And my mom was like, I hope I get to see somebody thrown out. And Luka almost did. He got a technical
yeah.
Big
for
tech.
arguing, and then I
Big
think he got
T.
a delay of game.
Yeah, he was
and it was
pissed.
close. It was a close game. It was pretty fun.
He was
Almost went
pissed.
into Luka hit a crazy 3 at the end. So now I can say that's the best playmaker I've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah.
Luka
Beautiful.
Doncic.
Yeah.
I carry the weight like I'm Luka Doncic.
And LeBron was out. But we
Let's sit.
we got to watch him on the sidelines. You know, my mom and brother are huge LeBron fans, so
You big
she
LeBron.
was like,
Well, that's
Yeah,
your
they've been
mom,
on the pod.
They've been on the pod.
number one correspondent.
our
field
LA,
correspondent.
our LA field correspondent.
You
She was
should
like,
have called her.
Why is he walking around so much? He should be resting. You can't stay off
You
the
should
court.
have
that
called
guy.
her for her report.
know,
That's
I
a
know.
missed segment.
Well,
we should have planned that.
she's very happy with her pod appearance, and she says like,
No, we'll get her on
everybody's
soon.
copying what I said about the IQ, and I'm like, yeah, you kind of called it.
You
You
called
know
it.
it. You know him.
But yeah,
That's
no,
why
it
she's our field correspondent.
that was fun. It's
Number
my
one, baby.
My one Nets game this year.
There you go.
But I'm glad I finally saw the
fuck.
fucking Lakers, and even though I didn't get to see LeBron play, it was still pretty cool.
All right, got any more West there, Danny?
Well, I just got, in general, a ton of quick shots. If you want to fire through them, what you got?
I got
You
some East stuff.
Let's go East.
Okay.
Because I
got
have
some
just
East stuff.
general stuff.
Okay. All right. So this is the East grab bag over here.
East grab bag, jumble.
Not as much of an East jumble.
Boo, 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 boo.
Eastern
Pretty much,
promises.
we're,
All right, come on.
we're solidified here. Let me just go through the standings
get
here. We're
through it.
solidified at 1, 2, 3. It's Cavs, Celtics, Knicks. I don't think anything's
Boom.
happening there. I don't think
5 big booms. for those
Pacers
teams.
don't boom 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 boom. I don't think Pacers have no shot. The jumble here is the Pistons, Bucks, and Pacers there in the middle. Pacers at 44 and 31, Pistons 42 and 33, Bucks 41 and 34. So I guess, and then there's the Magic and the Hawks and the Bulls and the Heat and whatever. Okay, so I don't know. Pacers, Bucks, Pistons. Who's the scariest of that bunch there?
Well, Pacers, Bucks, Pistons.
So cock your eyebrow at me.
I was totally zoned out and try to lock in with that. Just fucking pulled out nerd voice. Well, Bucks, we got Dame's injured.
Yeah, he's got the blood clot in his leg.
Pistons is the first time they were horrible last year.
Yep.
They're in the mix. Who else we got? Pacers.
Pacers.
Just got to get like 3 more guys to get deep vein thrombosis, and we can make Exodia.
Oh my God, it's scary.
What's going
out
on?
there. I don't know what's going on.
That should have been a quick shot. What's going on? So too many blood clots dying.
Bumbaclot. I had to say it. I'm sorry. All right.
Well, I'm going. Who's the scariest? Is your question?
Yeah, who's the scariest?
No.
Okay. None of them?
I'm going Pacers on this.
I think
Pacers are the scariest.
I think the
Yes,
Pacers are
scariest.
definitely the scariest.
Pacers
it's
are the
pretty easy to
scariest.
argue. They have the most
But-
experience. They have the most complete guys. The Bucks are falling apart.
Yeah.
And the
think-
Pistons are great, but they're new.
I think all three of them can be scary.
I think the Pistons are kind of scary. I
Oh,
know
yeah,
that,
I
I
like
know
the
it's
Pistons,
first time
believe me.
vibes, but they have since the start of the new year, they have the 5th best
They're doing really
differential in
good.
the year in the league, the entire
good.
league.
Yeah.
They're second in defense, and they're fucking tough,
Yeah.
and they like to fight.
Beef stew.
They
He
do.
didn't call bank.
And just to
game.
and I don't know. I think they're going to be a hard. I know they're going to get got in some games that they're just not ready for because it's the playoffs. But I think they'll be able to stick around in some series because I just
Listen.
think they play really well and together, and they got vibes. They
Listen,
got vibes.
that division's not going anywhere.
I don't know. I think the Pacers could send the Cavs to a long series.
Or the Celtics.
They would. They are the team that I would
the
least want to play. If I was-
Pacers
I
are
was
the
thinking as a Celtics
scariest,
fan.
but they're all three, in my opinion, scary to some sort of degree. You got Giannis over there; he's scary. The Pistons
Yeah.
looking
I don't
good.
know. I'm out. Bucks are done.
Bucks are kind of done.
Kind of out of
They're
the
kind of
They're
done.
They're 14 and 12 since the Kuzma and Porter additions against teams with a top 10 point differential. They're
Yeah.
4 and 19,
Yeah,
27th on offense against
They're
those
done.
teams. I just
don't see
Kuzma. I think they have two. Like Giannis could go ape shit. I think he could score
He could
45
go
points a
apeshit.
game,
Might
and they
not be enough.
still lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
I don't like it. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Few young Bucks left,
So-
but it's
It's
not,
not
enough.
enough.
Okay.
All right. What else you got for me?
All right. Let's get serious here, Danny.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
time
How are you feeling about
for-
these Knicks?
I'm fine with my Knicks.
An honest conversation.
I'm fine in the East.
You're fine in the
I'm
East.
doing Ja. I'm doing Ja. Remember, he was fine in the West.
fine
I
in
got
the
that
East.
video recommended for me the other night.
Fine in the
I was
West.
like, why would you say this?
All right, but what's your actual opinion?
That's it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm playing cool.
blocking it out.
I'm
Primo
blocking it out.
content, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not thinking about it.
Hot
Listen,
takes.
Brunson's out. I haven't been watching most of these games without him.
Yeah.
I want to see how they look without him.
Why not?
'Cause I'm just
though?
hoping he comes back, man.
I know, but do
No,
you
they look good without him at
don't
times.
You, don't you think? I think one. I mean, I think there's just a couple problems with the Knicks. As I think they're a
Here we
really
go.
good team,
Come
but
on.
I think one of the things is the Brunson reliance. So much of their off, like
Yeah.
Bridges has looked much better.
Yeah.
when Brunson's not there, they need both of those guys to be simultaneously good.
yeah.
And it feels like when Brunson's there, it's just Brunson, Cat, Brunson, Cat, Brunson, Cat, Brunson, Cat, and not enough of the other guys.
2 starring all-stars, baby.
I know. But you're not going to beat some of these other, I think the top tier
Yeah, listen.
teams without a more well spread,
We'll see.
attack.
We'll see. I'm not worried.
Jesus Christ.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm not
We'll
worried.
see.
So
I'm trying to get
I
serious.
feel like there's some serious blockage over there. Just
Well, I don't know. It hasn't become a real problem until it is. Because whoever we play, right, I'm going to envision them eliminating us. And so it doesn't matter who we play and me overthinking it this early before we hit the playoffs. But
But you're creating content.
that's going to happen regardless. Oh, you want me to
create good
you want me to create good
And you're the
content?
Knicks fan here.
I'm sorry. That has been my approach this year. My
I
new
feel like
approach
it's just
understand, though.
has
completely
been more nonchalant.
pushing it deeper inside
I get
with
it.
all the
It's
worries.
gonna happen regardless. I'm gonna worry regardless.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
so
I'm
here's
just-
another.
I'll come back to you
Would-
guys next episode.
would
Full
you-
worry world.
Would
fair,
you
that's fair, for
rather
sure.
have
just
last
trolling
year's
you.
team or this year's team?
The Nova boy.
This year's team. Sure. You're making me compare Cat and Randall?
And Hartenstein and DiVincenzo.
No, I don't want those guys.
Those guys are bums.
Traitors.
You see the March Madness commercial with with Brunson and McCall and Josh Hart, and they're like talking to Dante.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
It's a pretty good
All right.
commercial. Check it out if you haven't seen
Since
it.
Danny gave us a big nothing on that.
What do you mean? What do you want from me?
Just
You want me to
some
lie?
kind of-
Hey, how
some
much
kind
are
of
you-
analysis.
I'm fine in the
tell us your
East.
tell
How
us
much of
your
those eggs
dark
you're laying?
Tell us your dark fears.
Yeah.
That's what we
I don't
want to
have
know.
them. I don't have them just yet. They're coming.
Completely-
Next
no, they're
episode, they'll
buried.
be here.
Oh my
But-
god.
But
What does the fear, the train of fear look like that's carrying these fears to you?
I don't know. My thing is, I think we're a little better this year, so I'm a little less fearful. And what's the main fear right now? The main playoff concern is Brunson not playing.
Okay.
There you go. But he's gonna play, and I'm fine in the East.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Well,
But yeah, they'll be fully out next app. You guys will know
Alrighty.
right away if I don't ask them how they're doing.
okay.
Knicks
the
might
top
be
of
out
the
of the
episode.
playoffs by the time we record.
Exactly, and you'll know.
All right. Anything to make of the Cleveland's little 4-game slide there? I mean, it's hard
Nothing
for
to make of.
Danny's doing anti-content
I'm
over the content.
we got fucking Galactus over here eating our pod.
I mean, it's really tough for a team that good to lose 4 straight games in a row. I'm not saying that it's some big thing. But
Yeah, I'm not worried,
Well, the Cavs were my wheel team, by the way.
honestly.
I know.
So what you got? Get it out the way. Quick
we
shot.
should just get it out of the way.
I just get it out of the way.
Fuck it. I want chaos.
They were kind of lacking on perimeter defense sometimes. Is that the issue?
Why you said it like that?
Yeah, like I don't know, they play great. They kind of remind me of the Celtics in their little 3-point barrages.
Yeah.
That will or won't work occasionally, but if Mobley's playing well, then
They're awesome.
Yeah, I do think
goddamn
they're
near unbeatable.
awesome. Yeah.
I think he is the X factor.
Yeah.
Like if he has a really good playoffs, they can beat anybody. But
Right.
if he's up and down, I think they'll lose out. I think that the 4-game slide was actually kind of a big deal.
Here we
And
go.
here's
Okay.
why.
Here we go.
It's not, and I wrote my giant column, and they immediately proceeded
They
to
yeah,
lose.
it's true.
Because I do want to pick them to make it out of the East.
Sure you do.
I
Sure.
do. I do.
believe
I think
you for a second.
Jinx alert.
Try and reverse jinx yourself. I'm not falling for it,
Well,
Chuck.
I part of the reason I think of that is just because I don't know, it's just hard to repeat. That's literally what the
Yeah.
point of my column is.
Sure.
And I don't think the Celtics necessarily are the mold to repeat. But the big thing for me is why that 4-game losing streak really hurt them, because if they make it to the finals now, they're probably going to have to go to OKC.
If it's okay.
I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I
I still would have had OKC slightly above them, regardless.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying is that hurts even more.
Yeah.
They had the best record in the league. To have the finals games at your house is a big deal, especially when it's 2 teams who haven't been on that big stage before. I want the home court advantage.
True.
I would just, now there's just no, if they make it to the finals against the Thunder, I'm just not picking them. I'm just not. I will not be picking them.
Yeah, that's okay.
Interesting.
That's fair.
Okay. That's valid.
So I think that
Yeah.
hurt.
I think in the context of like what they had, like 2 15+ win streaks this season.
Yeah.
I think you're allowed to have that in
Yeah.
a vacuum. But I see what you're saying about OKC.
Yeah.
That could be.
I'm just
that
saying.
could be a deciding
I'm just
factor.
saying
You're
the,
right.
the Celtics haven't lost like more than 2 games in a row in like 3 years. To lose
All right.
4 in a row.
All right, this guy's
4 in a row.
bragging.
No way.
All right,
They
move
haven't.
on. Let's move on.
At least in 2 years. This year and last year, they have not lost more than 2
All right,
games in a row.
let's
But I'm just
glaze in your
it hurt
seas.
them more in
Went from
that
glazing the Cavs
home court thing
Why don't
than
you
I
glaze your
care
Knicks?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he won't say anything
Won't
about the
say
Knicks. He's
nothing.
burying it inside of his chest.
It's supposed to be quick shots, guys.
Yeah, you didn't give us
We don't want to
even
open
a
that,
shot.
that can of worms. We don't want to know what's in there. It's going to be a lot of worms.
Well, I was saying that I think, I'm fine with my Knicks.
Yeah, and that says nothing. It sounds
It
like
doesn't
you're
say
not
nothing.
fine. It sounds like you're not fine.
Well, it's actually, for once, like I'm actually fine, content with them. That's why it's so dumb to them.
That's the biggest lie.
That's
of the night.
why.
Like the Mavs governorship, you should
They're
just
so
stop
shocked
talking.
by this.
You should just
No.
stop talking.
No, I
It's
won't
making
stop
it worse.
talking.
Can I
It's
get
my
fries?
Making it worse.
Can I get
It's
fries with that
my
Whopper?
Listen, it's not cap. These guys are just not used to me being content with my basketball team.
Right.
It's a very new
Sure.
thing for them.
Sure.
And they'll get used to
I'm
it.
not asking you whether you're content. I'm asking you how do you think about the team?
Oh, that was the question? What was the question?
No, we're moving on.
We're moving on.
moving
It's
on.
too late.
It's quick shots.
Quick shots.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I can go on here.
What else you got?
All right, any of these bottom of the team? You got Orlando.
I don't care
Hawks,
about any
Heat,
of them.
Bulls. I think the Bulls are kind of fun.
Bulls are kind of fun.
Josh Giddey, half
Giddey,
court shot.
Big.
Oh, that's one of my quick shots.
He's almost averaging a triple double post All Star break. Josh Giddey is.
What was better, the tip or what joke did I write down?
You can go on. I'm
Yeah,
done with
they're
my
fun.
East
I
bag.
don't have any of these teams winning shit. If
No,
that's what
but
your question is.
I'm just like, if one of these teams is to surprisingly
to pick
take
one?
some team to like, they're not going to win a series,
Yeah.
but they were like, now for some reason
wanna pick
the Bulls
Orlando.
have taken the Cavs to 6 games.
Right.
I
I
can
can
see
see
it.
the Heat making some noise because they're the
Yeah,
Heat.
same.
Maybe the Bulls. Yeah, the Bulls are interesting. I just don't think that much of Josh Giddey in the playoffs.
No. Hawks? Hawks?
I
anyone?
know I love the Hawks. You know I love the Hawks, but
Yeah. I think just
this year,
without
I
Jalen
don't
Johnson.
know.
it's-
Yeah, without Jalen Johnson, it's tough. So yeah, maybe any of those teams. Yeah, they could make some noise. I wouldn't be shocked, but
Who had the better game winner, the tip or the Giddlers?
Giddy.
I think it was the Giddler.
The
Yeah,
Giddler,
the
half,
Giddler for sure.
half court heave.
That was the joke you wrote down?
Yeah, I had to look for it.
Remember that?
I immediately started going. So dumb. Yeah. Well, quick shot. Thoughts?
The Giddler, because it sounds like the Diddler.
I don't know.
Is that why
man.
you said?
I don't know why I wrote this. I wrote this days ago.
man.
I think it has to be Giddy. That
I
was
agree.
a crazy scene.
I
And
agree.
also,
Also, it was like
nuts.
LeBron's worst
how it
30 seconds.
Yeah, how
of
it
his career.
transpired was ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
They were up 5.
Yeah.
They were up 5 with
It's insane.
with the ball.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. That's quick shot
that
for
is
you.
crazy.
All right. You got any more, Chuck?
No.
Okay.
All right. You got any more, Ben?
I don't. That's my East jumble. I have some other things, but I feel like you might just bring them up. So go.
What's I got? All right. What last episode we did was about the trade deadline,
Mm-hmm.
right? What's your favorite trade from the trade deadline? You can't overlap. You have to pick one different
All
one.
right, you're up first, Ben. Go.
What? Who got traded?
Favorite trade from the trade deadline, no overlap.
Was this the
Quick shot,
Was this
thoughts?
the Butler trade? Was on the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
You got Jimmy? All right, what do you got?
Favorite trade of the trade. Well, I can't pick a Lakers trade because I hate that trade.
Yeah.
How about the failed Jackson Hayes trade? That guy, Mark Williams went like 9 for 9 the other night.
Yeah.
He's crazed.
Jesus Christ! I don't. What other trades even
I don't
happened?
know.
I don't like the Zach
Brandon
Levine
Ingram,
trim.
Zach
Ew,
Levine.
gross.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess
there you
I'll
go.
do the. I'll take the Ben Simmons. Well, that was even a buyout.
That was a buyout. Get out of here. No technicality
Simmons
down
is
below.
on, baby.
What about
No technicality down below.
who else even got traded? I'll take, I guess, Bogey. I don't like any of the Bucks.
Oh, I
moves.
love Bogey
Most
on the
of these,
Clippers.
yeah, he's been better.
It's a good one.
I don't. Most of these moves kind of suck.
Yeah, most of them kind of
So-
suck. That's why it was funny to do no overlap. All right, good quick
Ooh,
shot,
what
guys.
about you?
Yeah, answer.
80 to the Mavericks.
Totally one-sided. The Mavericks got such a steal.
Such a
God.
steal, baby.
Who did they even give up
Oh,
for him?
what
No
about-
one, a nobody.
I think you could also say maybe the DeAndre Hunter trade.
Oh yeah,
big.
that was
That was
actually my
big, yeah.
pick at the time. All right,
Schroeder to the Pistons. Was that a trade or a buyout? Did Schroeder? I think he might have got bought out.
I think he got bought
Wiggins to the Heat.
no, that was a trade. The Schroeder one.
Isn't that an overlap?
Yeah, that was Wiggins.
Just
that was your overlap.
Schroeder getting traded 3 times this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. That was
my
great.
favorite.
Schroeder's journey. And now he's balling out.
A German,
Schroeder's his
German,
journey.
and German.
Schroeder's rot. Ich bin ein Pisten.
Ich bin ein Heat.
Ich bin ein Heat.
Ich bin ein
Ich bin ein
Warrior.
Heiß.
Ich bin
ein Bulli.
All right. We're moving on. All right. I got one more. I got some more stuff. Trades. All right, Bobby Portis Suspended
suspended.
25 games for
20?
testing positive
Oh, they could probably
for
use him.
terminal. Was it?
Tramadol.
Tramadol.
Well, he
Tramadol?
thought it was. It's more
terminal.
ace reporting from the No Shots
Thoughts?
podcast.
We're your source.
Thoughts?
Democracy
Terminal.
dies in darkness, folks.
Terminal. What's your thoughts on that, guys?
Who does he play for?
Milwaukee
He's on the
Bucks.
Bucks. Yeah, well, this is another reason that the Bucks are sucking.
They're out.
It
They're
is,
just-
but
yeah.
sometimes they struggle with Portis. Like when Portis
Yeah.
got suspended, they were really good, but they also played
Right.
nobody. And they just need guys. So that's brutal, especially now with Dame out. They could probably use someone who just is willing to just jack 15 shots randomly on any given night,
Yeah.
even though he might not make them. So
Right, he took
I don't-
tramadol thinking it was
Tramadol.
Toradol. Which is
What do you think?
you'll only get this news here.
no, this was like a 12-hour news cycle. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
a
It
month
popped
ago
up.
also.
I know. I'm just saying we bring the facts.
We bring up the facts.
Here's a quote from Bobby. I was dealing with an elbow injury and using an NBA-approved medication for pain and inflammation. During that time, I made an honest mistake and took a pain-reducing anti-inflammatory pill that is not approved. I feel horrible and recognize that I'm responsible for what I put in my body.
Oh.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to apologize to the Bucks organization, my teammates, coaches, family, and fans. I give everything I have on the court and will terribly miss playing games for the Bucks during this time. I continue to work hard and be ready for a long playoff run. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it more than you know.
So he expected to, if they do like go deep in the playoffs, he could come back because he got suspended a while
Yeah,
ago. Right?
Technically, yeah.
No, he's coming back, I think.
Before
I
I don't think it's that
Okay,
soon.
well,
we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe for the playoffs.
I think right before. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, right?
25 games.
It was 25 games.
I mean-
it's a smacker.
Why? I wonder. Why is it banned? I wonder.
Well, that's from what I know of that drug. I only
Tramadol.
know it,
Yeah.
from. I don't want to talk about
No,
how
it's-
I know it.
How do you
I know
know
it
it?
from the Aaron Hernandez documentary.
Oh.
It's like a thing football players. It was like a numbing thing. They just only recently
Is it
banned
like an
for
opioid?
athletes.
Is it like oxycodone or something?
I don't think so. Maybe, but it's
I
like
feel
a numbing
it's
thing.
a strong painkiller.
And it's to get through injuries. Yeah, it's a really strong pain. It's like hoist tranquilizer, I think.
We
Right.
bring the
Don't quote
facts.
me on that. Don't. That's not a fact.
Tramadol is a controlled substance, high risk for addiction, can cause respiratory distress. It's got quite a laundry list of warnings on Google. It is an opioid, so that's the thing. It's an opioid,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
which is like people are prescribed opioids all the time. How could you?
Not this opioid.
Yeah. So I only know it from the perspective of football players take it and
I think
play through it.
they are though. Like I've heard people who
Yeah.
have car accident injuries talking about getting prescribed
Yeah.
tramadol by the doctors or receiving it in a hospital. So like,
But maybe he doesn't have a good reason to be doing it though.
No, he was getting through an elbow injury.
He
And
had an injury.
Yeah.
He said I respect the apology and like he seems pretty earnest, but he said he took it by accident.
Yeah.
right.
It seems a
No,
little
that's
fishy.
always fishy.
Seems a little fishy.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is that's not a performance enhancing drug.
No, but
It also could be like I don't
It
know
could be
if they
dangerous
just
to
think,
play on
yeah.
it, or
yeah, it seems like
if a player was caught smoking
And then,
marijuana.
then one player, but then like the thing is like they kind of
Well,
have to be
we know
strict
KD
because
smokes all the time.
because
high right now.
one player uses this thing and then another player might use it and then another and then another and then another and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden someone actually has
People-
a serious
serious
opioid
injury.
problem and now you have backlash.
well,
yeah, okay,
So
that's
like
fair.
that's one of the things.
It's a fair argument.
well, also it's like you could play through an injury and you could just keep like getting injured and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just because
And that makes it more dangerous for
Yeah,
your body.
that too. That argument.
I
as
imagine
well.
if you were taking it that much, it would start to affect your performance. Like you'd be sleepy.
Well, it's highly addictive, so yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
yeah, it could be. Could be a problem.
But I
for
only
sure.
know of that drug through the perspective of football players, like playing through.
Is
don't
it
know.
legal for football players?
Not recently, no. It was for years. It's probably I don't know if it was for the NBA
Interesting.
recently too, but I have to assume so because it doesn't seem like
Yeah.
a well-known drug
I don't
until
know,
somewhat
yeah,
recently. From my perspective, I don't know. We only come with the
I don't know.
facts.
The punishment to me seems excessive, but you're right. It probably wasn't as
I don't
accidental
know.
as they make it seem.
You do kind of have to levy
You got-
performance enhancing drugs hard.
Yeah.
But they're not performance enhancing.
Yeah, they're kind
my
of not,
argument.
but they could be.
I guess so.
They
They
could be.
if you're
okay.
numbing an injury
And you're
to-
playing through the injury, it's like
it's
you know,
dangerous and
it's dangerous
Sets a bad
for
example.
addiction, for re-injury, and
Yeah.
playing through pain, whatever. But yeah,
what else you got there?
all right. And I'm changing,
Shifting gears.
I'm shifting gears now here. Not changing sports, but I'm changing leagues.
I've thought a couple.
Wait,
changing
you want
leagues?
you want you want to
I
stay?
got
You give me yours.
a couple basketball more things.
Yeah,
You're
let me-
changing from.
Yeah, no, I have one more basketball thing, and then
Okay.
yeah.
You want to do your last basketball
no,
thing?
No, you give me yours.
All
and
right.
then
What do
we'll
you
move
think about this? Just off
Oh,
the
I have
top
one
of my
more
head.
also.
What do you
Go
think
ahead.
about Silver trying to create this Euro League instead of
Oh,
just
I
giving
forgot
us
to
an
write that down.
expansion team?
Yeah,
we just
I forgot
want,
to write that
we
down.
just want a team in Seattle. That's what everyone wants.
Right.
We don't want to organize the stupid Euro
you hear about
League.
this?
Yeah.
I just want a team in Seattle, please. Bring
I feel
back
like
the
Silver is
Sonics.
getting more and more flack these days.
I kind of ripped into him in my article.
That's
but-
where it came from.
Pretty interesting. I agree. I just want expansion. It seemed like the last 5 to 10 years, that's what everyone wants, and everyone thought the league was going. And he also alluded to it. I mean, it seemed like it.
yeah, like if you're gonna keep talking about it,
But
bring it to the table.
they want to compete with the Euro League.
He's saying they're going to
It's
create a
interesting.
separate Euro League.
They're creating a separate Euro League. They're partnering with FIBA, who used to
Oh,
partner with the
okay.
Euro League. It's pretty interesting.
Well, I do
So we
like
see
the
guys
idea.
like Kendrick Nunn and stuff. I kind of like the idea of having another league out there.
I do too.
I like,
I
I like
do-
the idea of
but-
more opportunities for players.
Yeah, but I don't love this idea if it impedes expansion in the NBA,
Yeah.
which feels like it might. It feels like it kind of might.
because I thought it was like,
I don't know
okay,
why.
sell the Celtics. Now let's make some big money off these expansion franchises.
Right.
And that's kind of what the news
Yeah.
was surrounding the plan. And then all of a sudden they're like announcing this whole new thing, and they're like, no, expansion really hasn't even been brought to the table yet. At all.
I don't like that.
So it's like it seems like it's even further away, and we're
than
all
we
getting
thought.
older.
Yeah, we're all getting older.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
Ain't that the truth?
Like I like what Silver's doing. I mean, I'm with you.
It's
though.
okay.
I'm with you. Give me a Vegas team, give me a Sonics team, move the Grizzlies to the East, baby. That has to be the plan.
Oh,
Let's
the
do
Grizz
it.
might have a better future in the East.
They might. They might move them back to the East. They might, or get another Canadian team out there. I don't give a fuck.
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
All right. Another thing here.
Yeah.
We're done with that.
Yeah, move
Six man of the year. I think this
Oh.
is kind of an interesting race.
Who we got?
Well, right now, the
Jerome.
odds I looked up today,
Ty Jerome. Yeah.
Pritchard is at
Pritchard's
like
kind of the favorite.
It's some
Yeah.
super like I think it's a
Yeah.
little less than this, but negative 1100 odds.
People really. He got out to
Sure.
a really hot
Yeah.
start, and people kind of just said
They've
like,
been all aboard
You
the
know
Pritchard
who-
trade.
He
this
won it
year.
in the first quarter, kind of.
Yeah. You know who my 6 man of the year is though? Malik Beasley. That guy is insane. He's having an
good.
insane
Been really
year.
good. Yeah.
And he's a jump
Dancing.
like he's one of the most scariest shooters. Like that guy's about to
Whoa.
shoot the ball. I'm
Yeah.
scared cuz he just goes into these crazy fits, and
Like,
it's
yeah,
crazy
8 for 10
because
fits.
he was on the Bucks last year, and the Bucks could really use a guy like that.
It's true.
But it's weird because I feel like
Yep.
they've really utilized him, and Tobias Harris the same way, like similarly. But I think he's been a big tone setter coming off their bench this year.
Yeah.
Their bench, which has been super valuable to them.
Yeah.
And I just
I'm
think
with
he's
you.
been more impactful than Pritchard.
Yeah.
Because Pritchard can have a bad game and Celtics are just fine. But like if Beasley, they need him to play well, and he has played well all year. I also like Ty Jerome better than Pritchard, but
Ty Jerome, baby.
Ty Jerome's yeah.
Yeah.
If
He's
he
having a
wasn't
good year.
on an opponent, I don't know. If it wasn't on the Cavs, he'd be one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
So, do you approve of Pritchard as the 6
I don't think he should be the 6 man
Don't
of the
think he
year.
should be.
Doesn't sound like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting that he's just a clear on favorite.
I mean, he's had
feel
an
like he-
awesome year.
Yeah,
but
he
I
has been
just,
awesome.
I don't know. I'd pick.
Is there anyone else?
I was waiting for the Pritchard explosion.
I think
Yeah,
DeAndre Hunter,
please do.
Westbrook. I don't know if they've the
Hunter,
game
yeah.
their game started.
Westbrook was
but
in the
also
conversation,
Nas Reed. I don't know if he started too many games this
He
year,
might
but
have.
I
Did he
mean
win it
that guy's
last
the
year?
most
Yeah, I think so.
impactful six. I mean, he should just be a starter.
Yeah.
for God's
Right.
sakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though.
over Randall.
The Randall thing's been pretty good lately. I feel like he's played in his role more. I don't trust him, but but I think he's been playing better team basketball lately. They found a groove.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's all I got.
I got one
unless
more.
you want to talk
You
about
take, Danny.
you bringing up the MVP or what?
No. Oh, do you guys want to talk about MVP? I
No,
wasn't
we could
gonna-
do it quick.
I kind of
Who
am
you
bringing up
got?
the MVP.
Who you got? Who you got?
Who you got?
It feels like Shea's got it sewn up.
Yeah, it feels
I
like the
think-
narrative is Shea.
Yeah, I like Shea too. I think Shea would be my MVP.
If Jokic had won that game where he got a 60-point triple-double, that might be a different story. But they
Yeah.
lost.
Okay,
Fair enough.
Here's the thing. I think Jokic has been. He's more valuable to the Nuggets per
Absolutely.
se, but I think
Yeah.
to the kind of team that there's a huge disparity between the teams. Like,
Yeah.
how many games? Like 14 games.
Yeah, big disparity.
Big disparity record-wise.
It's 16 and a half games. He is more valuable to being that kind of like upper
Yeah.
echelon regular season team than the Nuggets, who we have previously talked about how we're like,
They'll be pretty
I don't know
bad
about this
without
team in the
Jokic.
playoffs,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
That's a total difference, I think. And otherwise than that, I do think Jokic
Yeah.
has been more valuable, but I think Shea's just had an otherworldly season.
Yeah.
And it's to be they might win 70 games. I mean, they have to win out, but they might win 70 games.
And I think people want to vote for him, too.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit of recency
Little
bias.
fatigue and
Oh, for
whatnot.
sure.
But they're having a historic season.
Yeah,
That's one thing.
I think you got to reward him for that. The
I
team
think
is
so.
so much better.
Yeah. They just look unbeatable,
Yep.
on any given night. And that's... I mean, Jokic has been otherworldly.
He's also
individually,
played
but-
more. Shea's played in more games.
Yeah.
I think it's.
And he's got the defense.
All right.
I don't think Shea's that good of a defender.
Oh.
He's the weakest defender on the team.
That's true, but they have also
They
all
do.
the best defenders.
I don't
in the
think he's
league
that
right
great of a. He gets steals. He's got good defensive
I'm with you.
stats. He's not a good defender. He's
Yeah.
he's just average.
Well, I don't
I'm
think
with
I
you.
can score on him.
Well,
Well, that's not what we're.
I
fucking
agree
talking
with that.
about.
I agree
you
with
can't
that.
score on me.
oh, I wouldn't take that if I was you, Ben. I wouldn't take that.
It's okay.
All right, speaking of Shea, here's my last NBA quick shot. Does the
Is it,
NBA have a flopping problem
Oh yeah, he's a top.
again? What's going on here?
It's evolution, baby. We adapt.
I just think it's too much of the initiating. Like the
Mm-hmm.
offensive player is allowed to initiate too much contact, especially that little hook thing he does.
Yeah,
that needs to go. Like that really needs to go
Yeah.
badly. I was gonna, and maybe I had started writing. I was gonna bring in some small rule change ideas that would make the league bigger. So they're not like huge things. So maybe I'll bring that in next time.
Okay, stay
Okay.
tuned
Something
next
to that.
time.
But it'll
The
include
No
some of
Shots
that.
podcast.
I don't think we have a huge problem because I think the whistle will tighten up a little bit but he's just allowed to run into people and get the call all the time, and I think he definitely flops here and there and overpronounces things, and it helps that he's a little smaller than someone like Tatum. Like you almost, it's really hard to be. I mean, and LeBron too. Like those guys get really hacked, and I know it's hard to sort of foul bait when you're big. I guess if you're Embiid, you can do it.
Yeah, he'll
But
figure it out.
I don't like how the offensive player is allowed to initiate so much contact. Then the defender has to be in like one specific spot all the time, or
Yeah.
else they get called. So, and he does a lot of that, and
Yeah, he
it
takes
is
advantage.
obnoxious. It's obnoxious. I
It's
don't
getting
like
a little
watching.
obnoxious. Kind of sick of it.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right. Now switching. I have even. Guess what, listeners? Even more quick shots. All right, switching leagues, but not sports. Were the Rose really the best team in the Unrivaled?
Ooh. They were, though.
I don't know. I couldn't give you a. Didn't watch a single second
They
of
were.
it.
They were.
They
They were
kinda
by
just
far.
were, yeah.
By far, they were. They were like, yeah. That was with Chelsea Gray.
No.
I didn't watch a
Were
second
they-
of it.
Was that the Chelsea Gray team?
I think so.
I think they beat the Chelsea Gray team, no? I already forgot.
Cut this segment.
Whoa. It's a quick shot.
I don't know. I didn't watch a single second of it.
Valid.
Let's see.
I am excited though for the women's Final Four.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. We didn't do who we got there. We completely overlooked that.
UConn, UCLA, and South
What
Carolina,
you got?
Texas is going to be that UCLA UConn game is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
No, Danny. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think I'll take
What,
UConn.
the Rose lost?
I'll take UConn and South Carolina, and I'm gonna say UConn wins it. That's back to back for UConn. Just different.
Yeah, I kind of have UConn winning the whole thing. I'm with you.
They finally got Bukers
agree.
and
Yeah.
Azzy Fudd there. Although I think UCLA is
Shout
a
out
real tough
Bukers.
team, and they got Jaime Jaquez's sister on it.
Ooh.
I think it's
All right,
Gabriela Jaquez.
What you got for me, Ben?
So the Lunar Owls were by far the best regular season team. They went
Yeah.
13-1, I
Okay.
believe. But the Rose did have Chelsea Gray, and they ended up winning
And
the
they won?
championship. Yeah, the Lunar Owls were upset by the Vinyl, and then the Rose beat the Laces and took down the Vinyl 62-54.
Exactly. So is my thing is the Rose the best? Actually, the best team?
Well,
No.
no, it was the Lunar Owls.
It's kind of the Lunar Owls.
Yeah.
All right. So, by Angel Reese got her ring.
Lunar Owls, Nafisa Collier, Alicia Gray,
Yeah, they were.
Skylar Diggins-Smith,
Oh, that's the
Shakira
best
Austin,
team.
Courtney
Yeah, that was the best
Williams,
team.
and Cameron Brink.
And
So the
Cameron
Rose had Chelsea Gray and Angel Reese and someone else I know.
Yeah,
who I
Chelsea
forgot.
Gray, Kalia Copper, Angel Reese, Brittany Sykes, Azura Stevens, and Lexi Hull.
Another ring for Angel Reese. Shout out the GOAT.
Isn't that her first ring? Oh,
Well,
besides
college.
college.
Didn't she not
baby.
even play? And she got injured before the final.
I don't know
think
because
so.
I did
I
not
think
watch
so.
it. Shout out the Lunar Owls. All right.
All right.
All right, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Even more quick shots. I'm switching sports now. If you guys have, well, let's
I'm-
run through the sports ones real quick, and then we'll just do a grab bag. Whatever you got, throw them at me. Do you have any more?
No.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw out a bunch.
Yeah, just
Go
do
for
us.
it. All right. Which NFL team had the best free agency?
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Who you got?
Not the Patriots.
I got the Patriots. Number one.
I
maybe-
think
no.
okay, but the
they
thing
had
is with
okay
these
free
big
agency.
with these big class of free
Yeah.
agents, like half of them are going to just be complete busts, and they
Yeah.
don't have any talent to start with. So I'm like worried. I don't know. I don't think it's going to turn out that great. There's some questions with a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
Some will work out, some will won't. Whatever. Whatever. Who got better? Who got better?
Giants signed 2 quarterbacks.
No, get the fuck out of here with
The
that shit.
Steelers got DK. I'll go Steelers. I don't know.
That's okay.
Well,
That's
that's
okay. Who's their quarterback though?
I have no idea. Is it Darnold? Didn't they get Darnold?
might have just
Someone got
have to
Darnold.
go. I kind of like the Bills off season. It was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
but I liked it. It's very solid. Who are the big guys out there?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
Definitely
know.
not
I
the
guess
Cowboys.
I guess it is the Patriots.
Told you. Boom, baby. All right. Who should the Titans pick number 1 in the draft?
They should pick the edge rusher, Abdul Carter.
Oh,
I don't believe in either of these quarterbacks.
That's a hot take.
Neither of these quarterbacks is going to be very good.
That's a
They
hot
should go,
take.
or they should just
Who
go.
you got, Ben?
Or should they go Travis Hunter?
Johnny Berryman.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
I don't know. Who do we got?
Travis Hunter. There's basically
Travis
4
Hunter
guys.
plays receiver and corner. He plays offense
Yeah.
and defense.
And he's more talented than what his job's tougher than Shohei's. What do you think about that?
Ooh, what do you think
They
about
do-
that?
Shohei's got it easy.
For real, right? Let this guy get to the bigs
Come on.
first.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
You got 2 quarterbacks: Shador Sanders, one of Deion's kids, and Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Oh, I'm going Ward.
I'm with you. I think the consensus pick is Ward.
I don't think he's that good. I don't think either of those quarterbacks are very good.
I didn't think they were going to draft a quarterback, but they didn't get a quarterback.
No, they
so
did
it feels
not.
like
Yeah.
they're just going to draft Cam Ward.
I want Carter to drop to. That's who
To
I
the
want
Patriots?
for the Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
Because
fine with Carter
I like-
or Hunter. Honestly.
Hunter, I like.
want Hunter just 'cause
I
it's, like,
and it's fun.
yeah.
But I don't. He does. We don't have a corner spot. We have two awesome. We have
Yeah,
really
he could
good
do the
corners.
slot. He could be a slot corner for a year or two.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
And then I don't think his receiver ceiling is
Nah,
like
not
as
very good.
high as his
Corner
corner
ceiling.
ceiling. So I'm like, it doesn't make much sense
Yeah.
for the team, but I will take the talent because I do think he's really talented.
At this point, I kind of just want the talent. If that's how it
what I'm-
shuffles
that's
up
why
to
I want
be.
Carter. He's just
Yeah.
the best player in the draft.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. I like it. All right. All right. Last time who you got, Ben? No, I'm just joking.
I just said.
Last
Joe Barry.
Joe Barry back.
Johnny Berry Ben.
Here comes Johnny.
Here comes Johnny, baby. Listen, last pod we talked about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It happened.
How you rate the Kendrick performance, Ben? Give it to me.
Out of 10?
Out of whatever you want to rate it, baby.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. 2 trolls with me. It's not
You
enough.
know, it's so funny to talk to the older generation about this, like my parents and
What do
stuff.
you think? It's, a lot of people hate it.
I know. Well, people who don't have the context hated it. And and parents and also older people who were like, he's referring to pedophiles on a grand national stage. And
How did they even recognize that? I can't even understand what he's saying.
well, I think that,
Wait, first
Half
off,
the time I have
Chuck,
it's
you
not
gotta
that I
train
can't-
your ear.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
that was this is crook. No,
are you really gonna do it?
I hear words, but I don't know what they
I
mean.
think the
Because of
A
the
minor
meme.
thing became such a
Yeah,
meme that
fair enough.
enough older people like my mom was saying one
True.
of her friends was appalled, and I understand that perspective.
Fair.
But look at the state of American media like right now. Look
Yeah,
who's
what are you
running the
appalled
country.
by? Yeah, what are you appalled by?
What are you appalled by? Really?
Come on.
Like kids
Yeah,
kids know what pedophiles are, unfortunately. Right?
They kind of
they know what
they
predators
or they should.
They should
kind of
in our day. Yeah,
in
they,
our day and
they
age.
kind of should, or they kind of can't avoid knowing these things.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good to have those conversations at home for you out there.
it really is. It really is.
No, absolutely.
So
And I mean, okay, maybe the best way to present it is not to be like, oh, this guy's just shitting on Drake. And then the other side of it was this: why would he use the Super Bowl stage to do something so petty? Well, these guys
welcome to hip
are
hop.
professional ball
Yeah,
throwers
that's
and run into each other for a living. If that's not the definition of petty, like, what do you want? Do you want him to give a nuanced social message?
Isn't
Do
it
you-
more entertaining that way? Like, isn't that what we
Right.
want?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
kind of what we want. Are you really gonna do it?
It's what I know. It's what I wanted. I tried to explain the Kendrick beef. I mean, you can't.
It's hard.
You can't. Look, we've gotten older. We understand our
Listen.
favorite artists are not perfect people.
Yes.
We can't paint Kendrick as a saint any more than you can
I am
John
not your
Lennon
savior.
or Madonna or whoever.
Yeah.
But,
Ooh, Lennon was also no saint.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. But it tickled all my taste buds.
I just
So
think
it's a 10 out of
it's
10.
not
Pretty
even
good, Chuck.
close to the most controversial Super Bowl halftime show.
True.
And think about the most controversial Super Bowl halftime show is very memorable. It's still engraved in my brain.
Yeah,
You know,
same.
Which one is that?
Timberlake taking out Janet Jackson's boobie.
He brought
Oh,
sexy
the
back with that one. The nip.
Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
this is America.
Come
this is
on.
America.
This is America. We do
This
it
is
big.
America.
We do it big, loud, bold, and brash.
Yeah.
I thought this was
talking
America.
Honestly,
So
yeah.
how you rate it, Chuck?
Yeah.
Sure, it's good.
Is it top 10 Super Bowl performance?
I don't
all
really
time?
care for the Super Bowl
I don't know. I don't think we'll ever
performances.
top
just
Gaga
period.
falling out of the sky.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a 8 out of 10.
Valid.
I give it a 9.
Valid. I'll give it a 9 too. I'm with you on that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. And I do have it top 10. Maybe not top 5. Top 5. All right. Well, guess what, guys? I have even more quick shots. All right.
I could have guessed that.
This is non-sports related. All right. Why is Cardi and Kendrick gooning together?
What did Ray mean when he said tomorrow's for the goons?
He It means he was gonna goon all day.
What does it mean to goon? Can you define to goon?
You guys not know what gooning is?
No, I have
We've
no
talked
idea
about
what
this.
No.
I've literally
No.
been in your living room talking about this.
We've
I
never
don't have
talked about
friends. I
this.
just got goon. That's a really deep.
Oh man, it's gross. But the gooning is now.
Is it jerking off?
Yeah, it's edging. You own the nut.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
You don't come.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also a
You don't
lifestyle,
come.
not
So it's not
not
busy.
activity.
No coming.
how do we always get on this topic? Last time we talked about soaking. Remember that?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
No.
you know, because we were talking about E&Y University or BYU.
Oh yeah, we did. Hey, listen,
recall that?
this time I brought
Hey.
up, it's a quick shot for me.
They had a good edge. They made it far in the tournament, but didn't
Yeah.
win the whole thing.
They really edged themselves in that tournament.
Fucking gooners. All right.
Well, answer the question.
What's the question?
Why are Kendrick and Playboy Carti gooning together?
They're not gooning. See, you're changing the definition.
They're fighting.
Kendrick, why not? Why not? Kendrick likes his music. Why not?
No, they're edging themselves together.
Oh my god.
No, Playboy Carti just says, "Oh my god, he's a goon" on one of the songs they're on together.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and he's very repetitive.
Well,
artist.
Kendrick said Luka Doncic.
He carries the weight on him like he's Luka Doncic.
Like a Luka Doncic.
You like that bar?
I don't know. I don't like the way he said Doncic, but
I love it.
I love it. No, Kendrick just being Kendrick.
Yeah. Swamp is all right. Was I Am Music worth the wait? This is Playboy Carti's new album. Fans have waited 5 years for it. He kept teasing it and leaking songs and snippets, and would never release it. Just kept lying to his fans. So it finally came out, Chuck.
So you're asking us if
Long-
it was worth waiting? For
Was it
something
worth the wait?
Which we
Who?
didn't wait for.
This Playboy Carti album that the kids are going to buzz for.
I don't know. Sure. Yeah, it's always worth the wait, especially
There
when
you
you're edging.
Well, he was edging all of us with this project. Am I right, listeners?
Some would argue that the wait.
That's why you edge.
that it's all about the wait.
Oh my God, he a goon. What do you think, Ben? Worth the wait?
It seems like it's getting a pretty positive reaction.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Next.
Personally, I think it's overrated to be mad at artists for not putting out music.
Valid.
I think so too.
I think so too.
Although
I'm still
I
gonna
do
be
get
mad. though.
I still get
I'm still
mad.
gonna get
No,
mad.
I get mad.
but I think that's fair.
But yeah,
It is kind of gotten overrated.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I get. It's not that I necessarily get mad. It's that I get worried. Because I think I don't know what it's like in the hip hop world or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think like once you start getting to like 3-ish, 4-ish years, you start entering this between albums, you start entering a little bit of a danger phase. 3-4 years can be really good. Any longer, you start to really wonder what's happening with the artistry.
Yeah.
And I feel like things after that time period tend to come out and they tend to be a little more disappointing
because
there's just I don't know. I don't know. There's a multitude of factors that lead to it. I'm not, trying to come down on any artists or anything, but like it feels like something gets a little lost in the sauce when things take too much time.
I'm with you though. Yeah,
So I start to get worried.
yeah. No, part of
Hey. You
No,
know
I'm
that
not mad at that.
Coconut Records came out with a new song?
Oh, really?
You're waiting.
wow.
They're featured on a song, but they did.
Really?
My bandmate Manny sent me the
Are you
link.
actually serious?
Yeah, and I was like,
there
"Get
you
the
go.
fuck out of
There's
here!"
no shot. There you
No
go.
shot. I was like, I didn't even click on that
It's
link.
always summer back in Alabama. Like that's an artist though that I've never been worried about at all.
Yeah, well, that's
Schwartzman can
fair.
make
Because he's making
but
like movies.
Schwartzman can
Yeah.
do whatever he wants.
Well, Coconut Records is, Playboy Carti is the hip hop Coconut Records.
I don't think so.
Did Stu ever tell you what Grey Court was about?
No,
Oh,
I didn't ask him what particular songs were
Okay,
about.
we'll get that
It
answer
feels
one day.
lame to ask
I don't
your
know.
idol.
I don't know your relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We chucked it up.
Well, my answer is it was worth the wait. It's pretty great.
How many years was it?
5 years.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
that's
and
like
I
the
didn't
edge.
like.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
the
like his project before this, Charles. A lot of fans did,
Yeah, a
and I
lot of
didn't care for it.
fans-
So I was out on this, and then it came out. All this buzz happened. I'm like,
So this-
I'll give it an open-minded shot.
This artist's name is what again?
Playboy Carti.
And okay, so
Carti. He's a vampire. He's a vamp.
okay, Cardi.
Yeah.
But there's Cardi B.
No, but that's Cardi with
That's
a D.
Cardi.
This was a T.
That's Cartier.
So
Cartier?
confused.
Cartier.
Okay.
Like the
French.
watch?
Sure.
Playboy Cathy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swamp
Okay.
Izzo. All right, and now my last question of this topic: will you listen to I Am Music, Chuck? Is this your next
Are you
hip hop
just
album?
Asking me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not asking you to or for you to. I'm just asking if will Chuck listen to I Am Music?
If
The fans wanna know.
If left
No.
to my own devices,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, there you go, fans.
But if it's given to me as homework, then maybe.
I'm done. Well, in GNX's defense, you gave that to yourself as homework. We didn't tell you to listen to GNX.
That is true.
Yeah.
we didn't want you
true.
to listen to hip hop.
I thought it'd be a
obviously.
good thing to listen
It
to
was.
it and then have
It
no
was.
perspective. This I would also have no perspective.
Yeah, that would be fun. I think this would be
That's
a fun
kind
one.
of the
I'm not
vibe.
giving it to you for homework, obviously, but I think this would be a fun next one if you wanted to do another one.
Okay.
At the moment.
we'll
Or
see.
anything could
you can
change
pick
in
It's about to be
something- you
playoff
can pick
time,
something
yeah.
else.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
It is about to be
It
playoffs.
does- yeah, in a couple weeks, people are not going to be talking about this album. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right, I'm done. I think I feel like I forgot one, but I don't know. So we're moving on. And then, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, do Ben or I have any
you have
random
quick shots?
or any
Random
quick
grab
shot-
bag
anything
quick
you want to
shots?
just bring up real quick there, Benny?
give it to me.
I thought I did.
Give it to
but-
me, baby.
What about
You guys wanna talk Mickey
Ben
17?
erased? Yeah, that's what I was about to just bring up. Ben,
That was supposed to be a quick shot.
destroyed Mickey 17 and their
yeah.
column.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I did
check
want
it
to
out.
talk about a couple of movies here, but.
Yeah, give me.
All
a-
right, don't go
give me
too
a-
long.
I'm not
I
going to
just
go
talked
very
about.
long. No, I wasn't giving you
I just talked about music.
I was
Give me
barely going to
movies.
touch on Mickey 17, but I want to know what you guys thought. Whereas now it's been a little time. Can you give me a ranking on Mickey 17?
I liked portions of it. The third act was pretty rough. I'll give it a 7.
7. Okay, pretty high.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't as harsh on it than you guys. I was the least harsh on it.
I think
Still
it's
harsh on it. By
I
the
think
way,
it's a
listeners.
It's a 2.
Oh, two,
out of 4.
2 out of 4. A 2-star.
It's a 2-star
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I think
What you got?
I'm in that camp.
I just
as well.
didn't. Nothing about it worked super well. Like at any point in time, there are moments where you're like, I like this part, I like that part, but it just doesn't. Nothing flows into the other thing, and it gets Ruffalo gets. I like him, but it's ridiculously over the top, and I just feel like he's kind of just throwing out stuff, and it doesn't really have a concrete. Like I feel like no one really stays within their scope of character, and it just. And it didn't.
okay. That's fair.
It didn't come down the water slide very well.
No, it didn't.
No,
didn't.
it wasn't a smooth ride.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think. And I think, well, you can go read my Substack, check
Check it
out
out.
Nowhere News, Ben Barack with Spiegels. But, yeah, I agree with everything Chuck said pretty much. It was very uneven.
Yeah.
And I just felt like a lot of potential was squandered there.
That's
Yeah,
the other
that's
thing.
the
Is
main
it's a
thing
movie
with
that,
that movie.
it feels like it had a lot
could
of
have been
potential,
great.
but just
Yeah.
kind of lets you down.
Which leads
Yeah.
me into Anyara, another movie about
do you
space
think?
colonization.
There you go.
Which is, I thought, was fantastic. I think
think
it's
it is
a
fantastic.
Swedish movie.
Yeah.
If you want like a truly chilling, thrilling, thought-provoking like space exploration movie, definitely check out Anyara. That because I'm like, you have a huge space of going like in Mickey 17, right? I'm like, you have all these people isolated together. You can take advantage of that and talk about how going stir crazy changes things, and like people are spending years in this spacecraft, and they just sort of like didn't like they were normal. A little quirky, but Anyara.
I don't mind the kookiness. Like
kookiness is fine.
but it just.
But be consistent with it, and
Yeah.
like there should be, I don't know, more character development, more dramatic tension. Like, you could make it so much more compelling. In this
We're talking about Mickey now?
Yeah, again.
I'm just saying,
But they
in the
compare it 'cause
context
they're
of a
both
space
they're
sort of
kind of
bottle
similar
movie.
plotted
That's fair.
movies
There's,
where
there's
they're
similar premises.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
anyway.
I love that movie, and I don't know. When I finished watching it, and I was like, it was good. It was chilling, and it was even it gets really dark at times. But then I kind of thought of it as afterthought. But then I realized I just start thinking about it like a lot for some reason.
Yeah.
Like it always is in my brain.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
stuck with me. Oh, like I feel like I'm higher on it now than I was when I first watched it.
That's always good.
Yeah.
I always like
that's
that.
a nice slow burn. I mean,
Slow burn, yeah.
really slow. Really,
Love a good slow
it's
burn.
a slow movie, but it totally kept me up watching like Really good.
That's good. I got to
Totally
check that one
recommend.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
the last film I want to talk about is Beau is Afraid.
What do you think?
Jesus Christ.
I put off seeing
3-hour film?
another 3-hour.
Epic.
Brutal.
By the way, you buy into the fact that Mickey 17 was supposed to be 3 hours and Bong Joon-ho had full creative
Yeah,
control.
well, I think
over
that could be another
They may
of
have
these
cut
uneven
down.
things. Because this was
Yeah.
one of his, it was
Makes
like
a
the
lot of
biggest
sense.
budget ever.
Yeah.
Right, and
Makes a lot of sense to me.
sometimes I feel like, that's my other theory, like an indie
Last thing about
filmmaker
Mickey.
getting the Hollywood budget gets a little trigger happy, with all these huge actors, big personalities, maybe can't manage everybody, and then B, realizes there are restrictions on what Hollywood expects him to produce, and ends up with something that maybe was not quite what he intended.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Makes sense. All right, go ahead.
Beau is Afraid.
I was afraid. Who's
I've
this,
just
Ari
been-
Aster?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about the Ari Aster canon a little
How
bit.
is it? It's okay.
Well, okay, and this ties into my whole A24 theory. Is he like the next one up in the Lanthimos, Bong Joon-ho pipeline?
hasn't he been the whole time?
Aronofsky.
I felt like
Yeah. No,
He's
he's
just
been
been
another
there since he
indie
came in.
darling, right? But he has less films than these guys. Way less films than Lanthimos. He's basically got Hereditary, Midsummer, and now this. And he might have a new one coming out this year.
he did. What did he do? Hereditary, Midsummer, and this?
Yeah, and he had some like college stuff.
Really?
Yeah, but he's a pretty young guy, I think.
Yeah, he's been in that conversation.
But for me, like all I'm saying,
you just need one hit to get in that conversation, and he got that.
Right, exactly. He had that huge. I mean, and well deserved too. I think Hereditary is terrifying.
Yeah,
But ultimately-
he got 2 hits, so it's like,
Yeah, no, he's 2 for 2. Ultimately, I think Hereditary is a conventional horror movie with
Okay.
great stuff.
yeah,
it's great.
You love Hereditary.
I like it a lot. It's great, but it's not revolutionary. You know what I mean?
Valid.
Okay, Midsummer. I
You
kind
think
of
it's
feel the same
overrated?
way. I think it's a little overrated.
Yeah.
I think it drags. In
I've
the
never
middle.
seen this one though.
I think it has an amazing opening, very memorable ending, a bit of a drag in the middle where it's kind of just like, what's a cult gonna do? Grab bag. And this is why I kind of hate cult movies, because they all kind of do the same stuff.
Yeah.
Human sacrifice, big orgy.
Yeah.
Like, what else? Oh, they're in the sun. That's crazy. Whoa. Instead of the night.
Yeah.
But no, Midsummer, really fun. I loved the scene where she's on shrooms. Donna pointed out that Aster does great, depicts grief really well. Okay, now moving on to Beau is Afraid. Again, I don't think this is a masterpiece. I think it has flaws for sure.
Yeah.
But I think this is the fullest creative vision, original
From him,
vision
yeah.
that we've seen from Ari Aster
Okay.
so far. I thought it was just going to be like about a guy who's mildly anxious and, going over his life or something. Like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like there's a George Clooney movie that would be a good comp for that. Remember that one year when his family in Hawaii or whatever, or like
It's similar to
the
this
airport.
one?
No, that's what I was expecting.
Okay.
This took me on a ride, man.
Oh yeah.
I had to split it up into
wouldn't have
2 days.
expected that.
I don't know why, but I kind
That's
of
fair.
read mixed reviews
Yeah.
of like, And so I was expecting to be bored. I was expecting to be underwhelmed. Completely blew, like the first hour, completely blew it out of the park for me.
Okay. That's good.
Terrifying sequences. You can't tell what's real and what's not. Just
That's
like
cool.
some, of course, excellent acting from Joaquin. So yeah, check it out.
When's Joaquin gonna settle down and start being a normal actor?
He's never just gonna
Never.
disappear again.
He's just being himself. Good old Joaquin.
Yeah, I mean, after the flop of Joker 2, I'm
Oh.
glad this exists.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
we can kind of
You
forget
love
about that.
Joker too, though.
Yeah, you do.
He is slightly rehashing his Joker role, like that is kind of now the Joaquin role, I guess.
Sure.
But it's different.
Yeah. Okay. So what you give it out of 10? All these movies.
Okay.
Go.
Okay,
Mickey, you gave a 5.
Mickey, I'm giving a
4.
6. I'll say a
6?
5. So I'll say 6. 5.56.
Okay.
That was so
Ariana.
ridiculous.
Shut your pie hole.
On Yara, I'm going to give
Anyara?
an 8, probably.
Wow,
I have to see it again, but that's a solid
wow.
8 for me.
All right, Beau is afraid.
You don't
Beau
want
is
to hear
now afraid.
Hereditary and Midsummer
No,
first?
no, we're skipping
Okay, Beau
those.
is Afraid. I'm going to give Beau is Afraid a solid 7.5. Very solid.
Whoa. Oh. All right, that's a good rating. Sure.
Yeah. I think this is a problem with a lot of his movies. They're too long. He could still cut out some of the stuff in the middle.
Trim some of the fat.
Trim the fat. Ari,
Valid.
but yeah. I love what he's doing. I hope he keeps it up.
No, yeah. I'm excited to see Beau's Afraid if I ever see it. All right, what you got? What you got, Chuck?
I got nothing.
What you got, Ben?
That's it.
All right, we're moving on. Where we moving on to?
I think it's just baseball.
You wanna do baseball now?
Let's do baseball. Get it through it, and then call it a night.
And then we can all go home.
All right, monologue time.
That's life.
Oh, that's life.
Take it away, Dan.
Take me out to the mall game. Take me. All right, welcome back. It's Ducks Diamonds, aka Ducks Dynasty. I'm your host,
Danny Diamond.
Danny Diamonds, baby. All right, last time we did Ducks Dynasty, we predicted where some of the top free agents would go. Let's recap and tally the points, shall we?
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Juan Soto was the biggest fish on the open market, earning 10-year, $800 million contract from the New York Metropolitans. We all had him re-signing with the Yankees. Yep. Soto isn't the only one leaving the Yankees family, as BB will probably follow him, likely leaving my shadow as the interest of rooting for my Yanks has dwindled. I can't blame them, as the Mets were their original baseball team. It's a great time to be a Mets fan. Sometimes, being a proud papa means you have to let your loved ones fly off. If it wasn't for this era of fandom, we likely wouldn't be sitting here in this tiny podcast studio. However, I say all that just to say,
Really tiny podcast.
Ben is going to piss me off this summer.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. No, you're not.
Oh.
Okay, enough about the big fish. Let's get into the small guppy fish on the market and tally up some points, shall we? Spoiler alert, Charles won,
What?
earning a total of 5 points.
What? Who did I get right?
Charles got Pete Alonso back to the Mets, Gleyber Torres to the Tigers, Willie Adames to the San Francisco Giants, Santander to the Blue Jays. I don't remember you picking that.
I do kind of remember that one.
And Roki to the Dodgers. In fairness, me and Ben kind of just like split the other favorite Dodger teams. That's like a half point.
Oh boy.
But, and then also with Gleyber, you hedged your bets with Gleyber and Bregman. You doubled down Tigers twice.
Oh yeah. yeah. That's how you
Pretty
win
good.
these things, man.
Pretty good. Smart strategy.
Okay.
Duck came in second, getting 2 points.
Who could have predicted?
Who could have predicted?
Last.
No.
Jack Flaherty to the Tigers and Teoscar Hernandez back to the Dodgers.
Those picks were solid, bro.
However, but bringing up the rear, Buck gets 1 point.
That's not a however.
Engineer Ben, the GOAT, did not predict any of the top free agents landing spots correctly. However, they indirectly predicted something me and Charles or most baseball fans couldn't. Baseball Ben had Gleyber Torres going to the Houston Astros. As mentioned earlier, he didn't. At the time, we scoffed. Well, he wouldn't be playing second, Chuck said. Little did we know, Baseball Ben has trash cans banging insider information from the Astros organization. They knew Jose Altuve was moving from second base to left field.
Wow.
Making the short goat look even smaller in front of those Crawford boxes.
A lot of grass to stand in.
Wow.
Yep,
Beautifully said, Danny.
Yeah.
Easily Ben's most impressive prediction of the offseason.
Oh, thank you.
So you get a
Ever.
point.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So you get a point because no one saw that coming. Yeah, they made space
Wow.
for Dubon and someone else. I forgot his name.
Crazy.
I like that.
Crazy stuff. All right, let's get to the predictions. Let's wrap it up. That was the recap of the off-season predictions.
That was nice. That was nice.
that I forgot to do and did it last minute. All right, what we got? I didn't write down any of my teams. All right, what do you guys want to start with? You guys want to do awards? Do you want to do playoff teams?
Let's do awards. Get the hard one out of the
Let's
way.
get the awards out the way.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want? Which award you want to start for? We got 3 awards. MVP. We're predicting the AL and NL MVP,
Let's do
Cy Young,
MVP.
and Rookie of the Year. MVP. All right. Who you got? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. AL, I got Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge, number 99. Okay. Obvious choice. National League. Go ahead.
I got Shohei Ohtani.
All right. So you got the 2 winners of last year.
To back.
Going back to back. Wow.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Ben. Who you got?
Okay, I'll start in the National League. I got Juan Soto.
Juan Soto.
Soto.
New York Mets. You see, Ben's already pissing me off.
Yeah, because I'm going to be a Mets fan, right?
Big
That's
Mets
why.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right,
American League.
Go to the American
Who you got?
League.
Yeah, just give it to me. Why not? It's.
What?
Go ahead.
It's who?
It's your American League MVP.
Your American League MVP. Bo Bichette.
Bo
God, I
Bichette.
hate that one.
Every time.
Every time. He was pretty bad
I'm gonna
last
keep
year.
picking him till he wins.
He was pretty bad last year.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he sucks.
All right. I have, just like last year, a pick and a runner-up. I think it's probably just going to be Judge and Shohei, but that's too boring. For like the 3rd time in a year, I'm not picking them.
The two best
straight
players.
years. Yeah, they're just the 2 best
What are you
players.
going to go with?
If Shohei pitches, he's just going to win it. In the American League, I got Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles. I want to go Adley, but I don't know. I'm just a little worried he's going to
I would've
play
picked-
too much.
If I wasn't going to go Judge, I'd go Witt.
Yeah, well, it's also an obvious choice. My runner-up, Julio Rodriguez from the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
There you go. And the
In
National
dreams.
League, in your dreams, they need him to have an MVP season. Maybe they
He's
need
not
it.
good enough.
No, come on. He's the GOAT. All right, in my National League, I got Bryce Harper, and
Oh.
for the Philadelphia Phillies,
Yeah, I
and,
was thinking about Bryce Harper.
and Tatis Jr. as my runner-up for the San Diego Padres. All right, what we got next? Cy Young.
Okay.
Who's your Cy Young picks?
I guess I'll take my guy. I'm
Who's
taking
your guy?
Crochet.
Oh, shot to the
I'm
heart.
taking Crochet in the AL.
Eric Crochet with the Boston Red Sox. They just extended him.
And, Yep. In the NL. Wow, there's a lot of options. Which Dodgers starters could I pick?
Yep, you could go any of those Dodgers guys.
No, I'm gonna go with. All right, It's not looking hot. No, I can't put my faith in Strider again. I feel like I did that last year.
Yeah, he's probably not going to pitch the whole season, too.
Who's on that Diamondback squad over there?
They got Burns, Zach Gallen, Merrill,
Who won the NL last year?
Chris Sale, your other guy.
Give me a fucking break.
Isn't it just history
It's kind
repeating
of
with the Red Sox getting a White Sox ace, like the ace?
Yep, it's just like all over. Who is?
What's going on with that?
I'll go with Michael King.
Mike King, former Yankees legend. Love it.
He's a contract year.
Love it. Contract year. Cease is also a good favorite. He's also in contract year for the Padres.
All right.
Do you have any, Ben? I could go first.
Scooble
if you want.
repeats.
Scooble. I honestly think Scooble is just going to
Yeah.
repeat.
Yeah.
I honestly
repeat
think.
for Scooble.
Yeah.
And give it to Paul Skeens, right?
Yeah,
projecting
He's gonna
the
blow
Rookie
out
of
his
the
arm
Year.
in 3 weeks.
Livy
Oh,
Dunn.
here we go. Livy Dunn's.
He's Livy Dunn.
Livy Dunn's man.
Oh,
Especially
man.
with that poor Pirates run support.
Oh, it's going to be rough.
Hey,
but
man, just tell me.
hey,
Yeah.
he's another favorite as well for the National League. All right, I got
And I
a
got to
couple.
make a weird prediction again, too.
You could.
Yeah, I will. But once you're done.
All right, in my American League, all aboard the Woo train. Listen, I could have gotten any Seattle Mariners pitching, but I'm going Brian Woo. I'm projecting here. I'm projecting Woo has a good season. He doesn't have the secondary stuff that Gilbert has, who's another favorite. But I don't know. I just got a strong feeling on my boy, Woo, Brian Woo. Runner-up Pablo Lopez from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And in the National League, I got...
Twins.
Who I said?
Timberwolves.
I said that earlier. I said San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, and I think the Timberwolves are now officially A-Rod and that other guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they won there. Or it got dismissed or whatever. For the National League, I got Zach Wheeler. Finally gets his Cy Young for the Philadelphia Phillies. Runner-up?
Nice.
I'm sticking with Freddie Peralta. He was my pick last year. But I really do think
Which
Skubal,
team is he on?
the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay.
Yeah, he was my pick last year. He had a pretty good year. He strikes out a lot. Yankees kind of him, though, in that first game. But, yeah, there you go. What's your weird pick, Ben? Is it for Cy Young or you're just
No,
throwing
it's
out
going to
weird
be like Kyle Tucker goes to first base or something.
picks? Okay, I
They
love that.
need
Wait,
him in the
save that.
outfield.
Save that. Save that.
Yeah.
All right, Rookie of the Year. Do you guys have one? You don't have to have one. If you don't have
I'll just pick the Red Sox guy, Christian Campbell.
What is this, man? This
It's
bias.
the only rookie I know.
This bias. Honestly, he's a good pick. I didn't even think of him. I was doing this. He's probably the favorite right
honestly,
now.
he's been the best player on the team so far.
Yeah, and they also just extended him. Extended both of your guys.
So are there two?
You know he
rookies?
was
Yeah.
playing an A-ball last year.
Yeah, he just ripped through the binders.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
it's
weird
insane.
to watch too. If you watch him,
Yeah.
his
I'm excited
bats
to
look
watch him.
really weird.
Yeah.
like he doesn't. He kind of slaps at the ball.
Yeah.
and he looks lost up there, but then he's not.
Just not.
Yeah,
I love stuff like that.
it's weird.
All right, you got a National League rookie.
Who's on the list there?
Dylan Cruz, Roki Sasaki, Matt Shaw, Bubba
Matt Shaw.
Chandler, and Andrew Painter.
I'll go with Mr. Painter.
Mr. Painter.
Who's Painter on? The Phillies? I have no. Okay, fair. No, don't worry about
I'm
it.
going with Painter.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'll take Sasaki. His name is literally
Wait, Sasaki?
His name is
Rookie.
Roki.
Rookie.
Rookie.
He's a rookie.
He's going to be the Rookie of the year.
Well, he's definitely gonna be the rookie of the year.
For sure.
There's no other
He's a lock
Rookie
for
coming
that.
close, for sure.
You got Sasaki. How about the American League? You got anyone?
Got to scroll down here.
No worries.
The Rookie.
I got in the National League. I got Dylan Cruz. I feel like he's just going to play the most, or Matt Shaw.
The guy's on the.
Well, Nats.
I kind of like him too.
I feel like he's just going to play the most.
I
out
would
of all
pick.
these
I would
rookies.
pick him if
So I went
if Ben didn't say the word painter.
Painter.
I would have picked Cruz.
That's funny.
I think that's a Phillies. I could be wrong. though.
Andrew Painter. Like, why do only baseball players have names like that?
It's great.
There's no basketball player named that.
No,
No, but there was a football player with the last name Painter. I think he was a quarterback.
Fair. Okay, AL Rookie of the Year. We got Jackson Jobe, Christian
Oh,
Campbell,
Jobe.
Cam Smith, Jacob Wilson, Jason Dominguez, Kobe
DeMarsh?
Mayo,
Kobe
Roman
Mayo.
Anthony, and Tomoyuki Sugano. I'm going with Roman Anthony.
Roman Anthony.
Okay,
That's
man.
another Boston Red Sox prospect. He's
I
probably
love
not
it.
going to play as much.
I think the Sox are going to be good.
Well,
yeah, I think.
if-
Well, save it. We're going to
if-
get to it right now.
Yeah, if Rafaela doesn't keep striking out, then
He could
then
come in?
he could be up at any point.
It's a good point. It's a good point. All right, I went Jackson Jobe. Last year, I went with Marrow and Cheerio. And didn't go
Cheerio.
with my gut Skeens because I was worried he wasn't going to play enough. I feel the same with Job, but Job is this year's Skeens. So I'm all on board, baby. Jackson Jobe, starting pitcher for the Tigers. He'll come up at some point. I also have Cam Smith as my runner-up. I didn't even think about Christian Campbell. He probably is going to be like a guy.
We'll
see.
You never know. Like they
Rookies are
rookies
crapshoot.
either come in hot or
Yeah.
they come in slow,
Yeah.
and then something happens. And
By the way, I forgot to, during Cy Young, I got to just give myself flowers. I had Skubal winning last year.
I remember that.
oh, yeah.
Baby, Shooter McGavin's back.
So we don't
Scooby.
get points for those predictions?
No, I didn't tally up those. That's the only one I had. Because I didn't know what Charles had. I don't think he
Yeah.
did much
No, I
with
don't
us
think
last
it's
year.
okay.
All right.
I couldn't remember which one. I remember Charles had Strider and he got hurt right after.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
what happened.
Yeah.
That's why I was about to pick Strider again.
It happens, man.
Nope.
All right. Weird prediction, Ben.
Oh.
Kyle Tucker becomes the first baseman for the Cubs.
Yeah. He's on
I
the
like
Cubs.
it. Yeah, he's on the Cubs now.
That's
He got traded from the.
crazy.
Yeah, he's his contract year.
There you go. First base for Kyle.
I like it.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't. I
No,
actually
okay.
hate that.
Here you go. Here's something.
Oh, give me it.
Nestor Cortez
Yeah, he's on the Brewers now.
gets a divorce.
I don't even know if he's married. He probably
I don't-
is.
He probably is.
He probably is.
If not, he's going to get married and then get divorced.
Well, shout out Nestor and shout out his future
You know,
ex-wife.
then they're going to call. You know what they're going to call him then?
What?
Empty nester.
Empty Nestor.
Oh.
Charles is googling it.
He married his girlfriend
Uh-huh.
in November 2023.
Oh, you're about to hit that 2-3 year point. 2-year. Could get icy.
Alondra.
Alondra.
What is this?
They're expecting a baby.
Oh, you really want to break up that family, Ben?
Yeah, in April.
Well, what if the baby's not his?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
All right, that is a weird prediction. I'll give you
Okay.
that.
Okay.
All right, I got two. I got guys who are getting traded this year. Sandy Alcantara, whatever his name is, for the Marlins. He has 2 years left, but I think he's getting traded this year. And Luis Robert, Cuban outfielder from the White Sox. I mean, he has his expiring year, so they got to move him for something. Hopefully, he's good. Good first half. We trade him to contender.
All right.
There you go. Those are my weird predictions. Not as weird as Ben's, though.
Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh
That's a
goes.
buzz cut.
That's a good one. I like that.
Okay.
He won't do it, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe if he goes to the Yankees.
All right, playoffs. No, he's not coming to be silly, Ben. Playoffs. Who you got?
What are we? It's how many?
6 American League teams, 3 division winners, 3 wild card.
Oh joy.
You don't have to give me a seeding.
Yeah, okay.
Also, you don't have to.
I'm going to give you my
No, no,
division
no.
Give
winners.
it. Give it to me. Give it to me, Chuck. You have them ready?
My division winners here. Okay, AL. I'm going to take the Orioles
Whoa!
to win the American
Whoa.
League East.
No shot.
I'm going to pick the Tigers to win the Central.
No
I think it's
shot.
my second year in a row picking the Tigers.
You picked the Tigers last year. Wild.
And I'm gonna go
Ahead of your
Rangers out west.
Whoa!
And then
Rangers.
there's 3
Three wild
wild card
cards, yeah.
teams. Okay, I'm picking the Yankees.
Yeah. 1.
I will pick the I'll pick the Yankees. I'll pick the Red Sox, and I'll pick the Athletics. I think
just Athletics, not
Yep,
Sacramento
yeah.
Athletics.
It's really funny looking at the stadium.
The ball falls
standings.
out of that
Texas
stadium, man, the
Rangers,
first
Los
few
Angeles
games.
Angels, Seattle Mariners, Houston Astros, Athletics.
Yeah.
All right, National League.
Okay.
I got the Phillies.
Phillies winning the East.
Phillies winning the East. I'm taking the Cubs again. Let's go.
Cubs
Let's
Nation.
go. And I'm
winning
gonna
the Central.
I'm taking the Dodgers.
Doyers.
I will take in the wild card
Yep.
region here. I'm taking the Padres and the Diamondbacks, and and I'll take the Braves.
The
I'll take the
National League's
Braves.
a little more stacked
I'll take
than
the
American
Braves.
League for sure.
All right.
All right.
You want mine?
Yeah.
All right.
If you have.
AL East. Red Sox.
Boom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
More of Central.
Yeah. Good luck there, buddy.
The wild cards can come from any.
Any team. Yeah, any division.
right?
Doesn't matter.
Let's take the Twins because they're on top right now at 2 and 4.
They're all 2
They're
and
all
4.
2 and 4.
2 and 4, by the
That's
way.
so funny.
I love how the White Sox are the only one with a positive point
Yeah, but
differential.
the Twins have only played away games. So that's got to say something, right?
That's saying
I
something.
guess the Guardians have too. And the West, I'll take the Mariners.
Mariners baseball, baby.
Marineros.
Talking about the ends.
Okay, now let's go to the East. We got the Mets, baby.
No. Wait, you gotta give me 3 wild cards.
Oh, I got to go wild cards first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jumping the gun there. They're pissing me off.
I'll give you the Yankees.
Okay,
whatever.
1 wild card spot.
One
Yankees.
wild card Yanks. We'll go wild card Tigers. Sure.
Doesn't matter the division. Yeah.
And I'll put the Rangers in there.
Boom.
I know that I did split the divisions, but it
Yeah.
wasn't necessary. Okay.
All right.
Now the East, we'll go in
the
Mets.
National League.
We'll go in
East,
Mets. New York. It's all about New
1
York.
seed, baby.
Yeah. I'll take the Milwaukee Brewers from the Central.
Ooh, I love it.
And fuck it. Let's go Diamondbacks. This shocking upset.
All right, and 3 wild card teams.
Okay, Dodgers,
obviously.
Padres,
Padres, okay.
and Phillies, I suppose.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I like it. All right, here we go. Here's mine. I have the Yankees winning the East. 3 different East winners from each of us. That's fun. So I'm going biased. Yankees. Central, I have the Twins. I'm doubling down with Ben. Engineer Ben. They just seem like the most balanced team in the division to me.
You sure you don't mean the Timberwolves?
Minnesota Timberwolves.
The Twimberwolves.
Timberwolves. In the West, I'm going to go the Rangers win the West. DeGrom coming back, anyone?
Yeah, he was good the other night against the Sox.
Yeah.
I thought his stuff looked good. It's just, can he stay healthy?
Stay healthy,
If he
yeah.
stays healthy, he's going to be a really good pitcher.
Yeah, it'd be really good. All right, my 3 wildcard teams. I have the Red Sox, I have the Orioles, and I have the Houston Astros. I'm going to keep my Mariners out because when I put them in, they don't get in. So I'm going to do reverse jinx on my M's.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm hoping, I'm rooting for them. Yep. And the National League, I got out East, the Phillies winning the division. The Central, the Brewers. The West, the Dodgers. In the wild card, I have the Mets, Diamondbacks, and I'm going to go Braves.
Struggling right now, no?
Yeah. I'm
They're
going to
injured.
stick to my gut from the offseason, which was I had the Braves 6. Yeah, the Padres, they look a little better than I think they could be. Yeah, the Braves, Profar just got
It's so
popped for
early.
beating
It's
these.
just not even worth.
No, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about the start. But yeah, the Profar news is rough for the Braves. Yeah, I'm going to stick with them though. They're 6. So yeah. All right, World Series picks. What do you got? I'll give you mine. I'm doing the same pick for the third year in a row. Yankees, Phillies, baby.
Who
Fuck
you
these
got winning?
Dodgers. Good regular season team.
you got winning?
Yankees. Don't believe that. I have the Phillies winning. I'll reverse jinx my Yanks too.
Phillies over Yankees.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have the Phillies. I think it's the last hurrah. Go for it. Bryce winning
All right.
MVP. I'm all on Phillies.
I'm going,
stock, baby.
I'm going Diamondbacks over Rangers.
Oh, rematch of a couple years ago. Love it. I'm doing a rematch of 09.
I was going to say Rangers over Dodgers.
Rangers over Dodgers. Ooh,
Wow.
Seager getting his revenge.
Seeker.
Oh,
All right,
that's
very
good.
nice.
Those are good picks.
Very nice. Very nice.
And with that being said,
All right, we got a second to talk about torpedo bats, though.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
sure. We talk about whatever you want.
Danny likes them. I like them.
Well,
too.
yeah, of course he
Did I say I
likes
like
them.
them?
No, I just,
I
just kidding.
say I like them. Go
Why
ahead.
are only the Yankees using
They're
them?
not. They're not.
Oh,
not.
okay.
That's the okay. So
Go ahead.
beyond, I think it was like a little shocking because just the Yankees had an awesome first series. So like that's such a small sample size. First of all, I don't really know what the bats do necessarily, like what the actual outcome difference is necessarily.
Yeah.
But I do think if it's just going to launch more home runs, I don't want any part of it. Because, and that's not just a Yankee thing, because, like, okay, the word is out. Like, if people are now, like,
The word's
what do
out.
they have, a week,
People are gonna-
a week advantage? Now
yeah.
people are just going to be on it like this. Like, so it's not going to be just like, but if it's just going to be launching home runs, like, I want less home runs and I want more doubles and triples and also we banned all this stuff for the pitcher and now like we're just creating more advantages for hitters. It just feels a little weird to me. So if it's just providing like more swing and miss kind of things, then if we're just shooting for more home runs, I want less of it.
Okay, that's fair.
That would be my take.
So the torpedo bats, it's just analytics, right? They just move the barrel of the bat lower, and it's just because they noticed that was better for Jazz and Volpe specifically.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it's a big deal is because the Yankees had good nights, and also the bats look fun and
They look
weird.
And
They're
also,
like bowling pins.
if you were going to call them torpedo bats, there might be a chance they might not last.
Yeah.
So it's
But-
just, there's not a lot of information on them right now.
So the
that's
information it just depends on the player. Because
I know,
Judges doesn't need a torpedo bat, right?
I know.
and it's just for analytics for just hard hit rate,
but also-
not specifically home runs. Hard
Yeah.
hit rate a higher hard hit rate does lead to more home runs.
But what
however,
we don't know yet.
we
So
don't know yet.
It's a wait and see because, like, yeah, okay, maybe they've been using them in practice and spring training and whatever for a while, but like we don't know what it looks like over the course of a couple months per se.
We do, because they have been around. It's just they splashed onto the scene because the Brewers scouting team didn't expect that.
So they used them all last year.
So they were kind of salty. The Yankees didn't. Other teams did. It's also a legal thing.
Yeah, I know it's legal. I'm not arguing.
No, I know.
I'm not here to argue the legality.
No, I know that.
I'm here to argue like
it's just this is the discourse around.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, what's going on? These bats shouldn't be legal. They're legal. They just move the barrel of the bat lower because it helps a couple other players.
I guess what I'm saying is I still think we need a larger sample size to figure out what it does. And I think if it just leads to more home runs, then I'm out. I would rather just not have them.
That's fair. I don't think that's the goal specifically.
I don't think necessarily. Yeah, but if it does, it's just then I'm out. I want it gone.
That's fair. Here's the thing, though. It's just another bat.
I know.
At the end of the day, it's just another bat.
We'll see. If it fades into not being talked about, then it will probably stick around.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's just an interesting discourse because a lot of these players just haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
But players have been using it. But yeah, there you go. So it just hit the mainstream of the baseball. Yeah, hit that. What do you think about them, Ben? Any takes?
Fuck it. Give me home runs all day, baby. I want them.
Yeah, I knew it.
I want more hits.
I'm a cheese.
It will lead to
ball.
both,
But,
if depending on the player.
No, I agree that whatever, like in the park hits or whatever, are the most fun type of baseball play.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm not even sure they're the most fun. I do think home runs are the most fun. I just think it needs a balance, and we've had a lot of just strikeout. Like the strikeout rates are just up through the roof because people are just trying to hit home runs, and I just want to see more balls in play.
Yeah,
like
I think it.
Well, yeah. So there's a possibility that it helps offensive.
It's possible.
Yeah, it helps
beyond the
potentially
home run
both.
chase.
But
Especially
also
like Volpe's not hitting 30 home runs just because he has a torpedo bat.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, but like there was a defensive shift in the league of the past
Took
few years.
away some of the sticky stuff.
So now they're trying to balance it out the other way. But you say the torpedo bats have already been around.
They kind of been around. It's just
so. I mean, how
players
much of the bat can we theoretically move? Can I shape the wood into a large flat disc?
There's regulations.
So it's regulations.
No,
right?
I know.
They just moved the barrel of the bat down.
Yeah, but what if we moved it
all to the bottom?
Really more.
You can if it helps a certain player.
Yeah, no.
If it's good for the analytics, why not?
Probably just need more data.
And then Ellie went crazy with it. Ellie was like, "Oh, I've never seen this. This is news to me," and then went nuts with it the next day.
That's what I mean.
So it's just like these players are just good. They're just having like, oh, they're just missing the ball that much. So let's just move the fatter part of the bat where they could potentially hit it.
But if you're a hitter, I guess there are teams that strategize on just contact hitting, like getting on base and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're a hitter. The best thing is a home run, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's changing these guys' approach. Is my thing. I think Chuck thinks it might, or there's a possibility.
I think it might.
For the small sample size, it seems like it is, but
yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I don't necessarily
know.
think
I just want to see a bigger sample, but
yeah, valid though. Valid concerns.
All right. You want to end on? I had a trivia question. I have two things. Maybe we can end on these two things here.
Yeah.
Because we didn't talk about the Wizards at all.
Oh, yeah. No,
we were supposed to, but who cares?
Do we want to spin the wheel?
Sure.
Well, there's like no teams. There's not a lot of games left in the regular season.
That's a good point.
I don't have to.
So fuck it.
All right. The Wizards are undefeated against 3 teams this season. Do you know who they are?
Undefeated against
They're undefeated. They have not lost to these 3 teams.
Is it the Nuggets?
The Nuggets are one.
Yeah.
Ding ding.
Are we taking turns?
Danny?
Charlotte Hornets.
Hornets are another. Boom.
Oh.
Nice job. And one more here.
Oh, this is the tough one. The Wizards undefeated. The Lakers.
Nope.
Oh.
Danny?
Sixers.
It's another bottom feeder.
Oh.
What you got?
Another bottom feeder. The Raptors?
Nope.
The Jazz.
Nope.
Trailblazers.
Nope.
The Nets.
There you go. Ding, ding,
Boom,
ding.
baby,
All
get
right.
faced.
And last trivia question here.
Yeah.
One of us is extremely close to being 10 out of 10 for all their over-unders. Which one of us is it?
I looked at them recently.
Oh no, I have no idea.
I know who it is. It's Danny.
It's me?
Danny.
It's fucking
Yes.
Danny. He has not gotten a single one
fucking
wrong.
rolled, you
There's
guys.
not one
I
that's
told you.
wrong yet.
Yep.
Danny, you've got your Thunder over. Check.
Easy.
Your Timberwolves under.
Easy.
Check. 76ers under. Check.
Easy.
Nuggets are 3 games away from. They need to win three games, and you will have got the over.
Whoa.
The Pacers are your most dangerous. They're at 47 and a half. They're at 44 wins, I think, right now. So that one is.
I went over?
You went under.
Under,
So
okay.
if they win 4 more games, you're out.
Ooh,
Magic
this is
under,
scary.
correct.
Wow.
Lakers over, correct. Hawks, I think, are 1. They need to win 1 game, and you get the Hawks over.
Over? Ooh.
Blazers over, check.
Easy.
Nets over, check.
Easy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
So good work on you, Danny.
Boom, baby.
And you didn't
Get
even
faced.
want to do that segment.
Get faced, you guys. I didn't. I was envisioning something else, and then they envisioned something else, and then we decided to go with that, and we envisioned it all correctly, you guys.
Okay.
It all
Brought
worked
you
out.
some good juju.
Exactly.
All right. That's been the No Shots podcast. Woo.
All right. Who's your team next week? You got the
Oh,
Jazz,
shit.
Charles. Ben, you got the Pelicans.
Okay.
And I have.
I'm not even sure we should do teams because there's
No, we
like
don't.
7 games
No,
left, and
we
then it'll be playoffs.
We don't.
So that
Next time
I
we
think
come
that's a
back,
wrap.
we'll be talking playoffs, baby.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Chaos. Rain.
Take us out, Danny.
Good night and good luck.
The No Shots podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. You can find Dank Delish Coffee beans at dankdelish.com and have their deliciousness shipped right to your lovely abode. Start your morning with a cup of delish. You can also follow the No Shots podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Like and comment. Thanks for listening to the show.